Good evening, everybody. How's it going? It has been a long day today. Long day. But I'm awake, and that's pretty much what matters. Because being sleepy fucking sucks, and that was my entire day today. Literally just being hella tired. I'm not doing much else. We're back, we're here, and we got Yelan's story quest to do, which I, for some reason, just haven't done. What up, Vex? How have you been? Long time no see-ish, I suppose. Uncle Tien, what up? You're trying to retire.
We're here to chat with you.
Oh? What a lovely surprise. Welcome. Oishi, why don't you go
I'm tired,
downstairs and
honestly.
get the shopkeeper to make
Been
us a
crazy.
fresh pot of tea.
It's been a crazy week, crazy day.
I heard that you've been traveling all over the place recently. I would very much like to hear your adventure stories.
Liz, we're concerned about your health, old man.
Hoishin told you, didn't she? Don't worry, I'm quite all right. It's just the years gradually catching up with me. As I grow older, I'm starting to find that with many things, though the mind is willing, the flesh is weak. Especially recently, I've noticed a rather drastic drop in my energy levels.
Sounds like me. Being asleep all the time.
Very much in good standing as the Tuansha today. Nevertheless, I wish to pass on the position before my mental acuity begins to decline beyond redemption.
How difficult is it to transfer the Tuansha position?
Good question.
Well, you see, the Tuansha is a rather unique position among the Liyue Qixing.
Is it? I don't think we know too much about you, sir.
Speaking,
I think.
the Tuansha rarely appears in public. We stay behind the scenes, planning and giving advice, so a public selection process would not be suitable. We also want to keep any prospective Tuansha candidates free from influence by outside forces, so we tend to be as discreet as possible in their assessment and appointment.
Okay, that makes
For
sense.
these reasons, the incumbent Tuansha typically recommends their candidate of choice, and this is then approved by the other Qixing members.
So in other words, you pick someone, and then Lady Keqing, Lady Ningguang, and the other Qixing appoint them?
Correct. Unfortunately, due to my health, I won't be able to assess every candidate myself. Not to despair, however, because I found someone exceptionally capable to act on my behalf as a
It's Yelan!
In fact, I believe you recently became acquainted with her yourself.
Oh?
Hello!
I'm heartbroken. I thought it might take you a little longer than this to forget all about me.
Hello! We just saw you.
Yelan!
Yeah, Yelan, gotcha.
Jackpot. Uncle Tien here asked me to assess 3 candidates for him. Fancy joining me? You'll be among the first to get to know the next Tuansha. Might be a good opportunity for you.
What do you think?
Good opportunity.
I think so too. It can't be a bad thing to be on good terms with a new Qixing, right?
Alright then. Though, I gotta say, Uncle Tien, you say you're into behind-the-scenes planning? My work's of the covert variety too. Don't you think I might make a good Tuansha?
Oh, damn.
Yelan, you want to be the next Tuansha?
I'm not opposed to the idea, but I suspect Ningguang wouldn't let you go very easily after how long you've been working together. So, how about this? If your investigation reveals that none of the other candidates are qualified for the position, I'll recommend you for the job.
Deal. Well, you guys take your time. Everything's all set for the assessments to go ahead.
Damn. So she's gonna be the new
Meet me on the
Tuansha.
first
Let's just be
floor
real.
when you're ready.
Let's just be
Until then,
real.
have a pleasant conversation. Oh, and no need to pay for your tea. As the new owner of this fine establishment, this runs on the house.
Wait, now you own this house? What? I'm very confused.
You're all set?
Yeah, we had a lovely conversation about my life. Great. My life is
Uncle
fantastic.
Tim's really worn down. It's like all his energy's gone.
Yeah, it may sound harsh, but Uncle Tien is past his prime. He's not cut out for this anymore. So he's recommended 3 candidates. Their names are Qinwei, Mingbo, and Zhi. Qinwei is a wealthy entrepreneur. Mingbo works at the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs, and Zhi is focused on study and travel. Try to keep all that in mind.
Okay.
Of course, it doesn't really matter if you forget, since we'll be assessing them at Yuehai Pavilion in a short while.
Qianwei, Mingbo, Zhi. Paimon should be able to remember their names, but what does the assessment involve exactly?
Let's leave that until we get to Yuehai Pavilion. All right.
All right.
Heads in the game,
Cool.
people. The stakes don't get much higher than a change in the Qixing.
Look at
We
the
can't
kid
afford to miss anything,
cheese with the
no matter how
audio
small.
badge.
Got it.
SMH cheese.
Guys, wide open.
SMH. Yuehai Pavilion. Weirdly enough, I feel like the fastest way to do this is just to jump down from here. You know, you know what I should do? Hold the phone. Get the KFC wings. You... Get the snow wings. You can get these wings. I've literally have not done this in so long. Golden Flight. There we go. Look at that. Hey, Ward. Thank you for the 20 months in a row. Jesus. Tier 1. If I managed to catch a stream, yeah. I probably did spell story wrong. Stroy. I thought cheese was just being that. Alright, cool, thank you. Two Tao's dead.
My legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer? This is a huge occasion and I don't even get a chair. I've dealt with all kinds of people in my time, but never have I been made to stand while I'm waiting for an appointment.
What an asshole.
I think it's fine.
That's called being complacent. If you're happy to just accept the way things are, you'll never be able to change anything in the future.
Oh, come on. That's just... Now you're just being unreasonable.
Thank you, I appreciate that, War. How have you been?
All right, you two. Let's not get into a big argument over this. It's not worth it.
Alright, so none of these three are gonna be it.
Qianwei,
None
that
of
was a
them.
bit uncalled for. And Mingbo, cut him some slack. We've all been standing around for a while. It's natural to be getting irritable. Look, how about this? There's no rule saying we're obliged to stand up while we wait, so why don't we borrow some chairs from the guild nearby?
Fine. They're not the best quality chairs, to be sure. But under the circumstances, it would be better than nothing.
Two out though, we're in a heat wave. It's very hot here. When I got home, it was 117 degrees
Looks like all 3
Fahrenheit.
candidates have arrived.
Those three?
We'll meet them formally soon. Before that, let me run you through the assessment process. I've split it into 2 stages: current affairs and planning, and face-to-face interview. In the first stage, candidates are required to submit a manifesto for Liyue's development. In the second stage, we will ask them some questions in person. Writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submitted.
2 are very short and one's very big.
Wow. One of them is really thick.
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation I gave them. Whoever is appointed as the new Tianshu will be expected to implement their plan as put forward in their manifesto. Failing the occurrence of some cataclysmic event, they will not be permitted to change their plan. Therefore, these
I
three
gotcha,
piles
I
of
gotcha.
documents in front of us represent where each candidate stands on key policy issues. There's still some time. Have a skim through, get a first impression of what each person's proposing.
I'm not gonna read
waiting
everything
off to the
word for
side.
word, but I'll
Just let me
do
know when you're done.
Spark Notes version. Alright, let's see. So we're gonna check Jihee's manifesto. Covers domestic affairs, foreign affairs, and checks and balances all in great detail. The focus seems to be problem solving, provides concise and clear solutions to various problems. It's so thick that you only have time to skim through it roughly. Okay. Conway's manifesto addresses many commercial issues and provides some very penetrating analysis. His view seems to be that regulations and incentives are both indispensable. Okay, so no. Mingo's manifesto covers domestic affairs quite comprehensively, focusing on people's livelihoods. The core principles seem to be the greater good means a world that works for everyone. So we already don't like,
Finished, huh?
Yeah.
What did you think?
the entrepreneur, which we already knew.
Everyone took it very seriously.
Of course they did. They have the chance to be picked as the new Tianshu, so you can bet they're putting their best foot forward. And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to execute their plan as written. Nobody wants to have any regrets.
So what do you think?
That's for me to know and you to find out. We can talk more after the interviews. We'll see the candidates now. Let's do one at a time. Start with Chenwei.
Yes, ma'am.
Shenwei. Gotcha. I thought it was Quanwei. But I don't know how to...
Oh, so you two are the assessment officers, are you? I had assumed that given the great import of this situation, Lady Ningguang would perhaps be assessing us in person. I certainly hadn't imagined I'd be seeing two entirely unfamiliar faces. I trust you've read through my manifesto? I'd be more than happy to clarify any details you found difficult to grasp. It was written with an expert audience in mind, after all.
This dude's a dick. Fuck this dude.
Mind your tone, mister.
Relax. It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in particular. I was simply stating a fact.
Yeah, your communication skills. Are you like Cloud Retainer?
Cloud Retainer? You know this Adeptus? Oh, yes, I remember now. You must be the traveler that people are constantly talking about. With your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of erudition. Perhaps you will be able to understand the concepts I have put forward. Although I shouldn't get my hopes up.
Okay, so now we check on Mingbo, who is
Is it my turn?
very, very meek.
Yes. Please introduce yourself.
I'm, Mingbo. I work in the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Dude is nervous as fuck, though.
I've worked there for, 9 years, 5 months, and 3 days. In that time, I've handled, 2,347 cases.
Jesus, that's a lot of
I
cases.
have 12 active cases at the moment. They should be concluded in, 16 days. My current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also responsible for, auditing the accounts. To be more precise, there are 3 parts to the accounts, namely...
Is it just Paimon, or is he not very good at public speaking?
I don't think he's good at speaking in general. Based on how I was talking to the other two, he is very, very
You know
shy.
what? Let's leave the self-introduction there and move on to some questions.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Alright, damn. Alright, gee. This guy seems somewhat good.
Hello. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little nervous. What would you like to know? You're here to assess me, so ask away and I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability.
Your manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields. How can you be sure that you have the ability to put your plan into action?
Damn, the most blunt question.
Very fair question. I completely understand where you're coming from, but I'm confident in my plan. I've visited many different places, talked to lots of people with far more expertise than myself, and my manifesto is the conclusion of these efforts. Of course, 2 different problems can be interconnected in very complicated ways, and you might reach 2 very contradictory conclusions depending on which one you're focusing on. What I've tried to do is strike a balance. In In other words, present an optimal solution to all the problems as a whole.
Like, this dude's smart,
How do you
okay.
plan to determine whether you are right or wrong about your proposed solution being the optimal one?
A great question. Well, I'd start by having my colleagues and the secretaries of the Yuehai Pavilion evaluate any proposals before implementation. Post-implementation, it would all come down to the results. If it turned out that my judgment was to blame for poor results, I would take responsibility.
Nice answer. All right, next question.
Interesting. Yeah, this guy's good.
He seems
But-
like a great guy. Everything he said was thoughtful and logical, and he was just a pleasure to listen to.
Though, thinking on it, this guy's probably undercover or something.
Here's my take on what we just learned. As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable. He proposes many excellent ideas in his manifesto, which effectively target the big issues.
Okay.
But he is very proud and incredibly stubborn. He doesn't care much about other people's feelings.
Yep. Asshole.
Mingguo's plan
Very
is
big
more
and asshole.
thorough and more measured. You can tell he's meticulous in his work, very detail-oriented. But he and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites. Mingguo is not very articulate and comes across as very timid in conversation.
Perfect summary. Paimon couldn't agree more. You're good at this, Yelan.
Last but not least, Yi. His manifesto is full of pertinent details, his methodology is sound, and his proposals cover a broad range of fields, which is quite a rare feat.
I guess that's what happens when you travel a lot, right?
The depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. Plus, he is modest and good at dealing with people. But what really interests me is that many of his views happen to coincide with Uncle Tien's. Having someone like Yi take the position would certainly put Uncle Tien's mind at rest.
Yeah, old men can rest.
We'll see. Let's go back and report to Uncle Tien.
Well, that was a really quick assessment. Also, wait a second. Cheese, if you're here, I thought Cheese said to me earlier that he actually did this story quest and said that it was going to take like 3 hours. Did Cheese lie to me? Cheese probably did lie to me. Alright, assessment's looking pretty good so far. No?
I see. Then it's more or less as I anticipated.
All right, then let me ask this. The ideas in Yi's manifesto are very similar to your own. Is there any particular reason behind this?
Oh, I didn't want to say anything when I gave you the list of candidates, for fear of affecting your judgment. But I can tell you now, those 3 candidates have all studied under me in the past. It's only natural that they share some similarities with me. But Qianwei went on to focus on his business, and Mingguo has always been occupied with his work at the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Alright,
Of all
Cheese.
of them, Yi was with me for the longest duration.
That makes sense. Okay.
Whoa. So how did you get to know them all, Uncle Tien?
Qianwei was referred to me by an old friend. Mingguo came to my attention in the course of my work. And as for Yi, I was pure happenstance. We first met while fishing. Gradually, as we got to know each other, we started discussing all sorts of topics. Yi came from a poor family, and his parents died when he was very young. But he was a gifted student and a fast learner.
Nice.
He reminded me of a younger version of myself. So I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing and noticed how quickly he got on.
He's like family.
Quite. And now, all of a sudden, he's grown into a mature young man. It's a joy to see, but it also gets one thinking. The young are growing up, and I am growing old. How time flies. No one can escape the cycle of life.
Damn.
I don't know,
True.
Uncle Tien. You still seem in pretty good shape to me. You might have another few years of work left in you, don't you think?
Oh, you. There's really no need to console me. Having less energy than I used to isn't such a bad thing. just means I finally have a good reason to retire and spend my days doing what old men like me should be doing. Going fishing whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, fishing. Everyone likes fishing.
Like you sure love fishing, Uncle Tian.
Ooh, there's nothing quite like fishing to pass the time. Ooh, and freshly caught fish, they make the most beautiful fish soup with barely any preparation required.
Fresh fish soup.
Something tells me that him fishing is going to be super important.
Tasty.
Is it a red herring?
Doesn't it? Also, some time ago, Jury purchased a very special recipe from an old fisherman.
What was the recipe?
We've been fishing recently. Jury always brings some extra ingredients he prepared in advance. The addition of these makes the soup taste even more wonderful.
Uh-oh.
That flavor makes for a fond memory. But at my age, who knows how many more chances I have left to taste it again.
Probably a lot.
Oh, can Paimon come next time too? Paimon really wants to try it.
Let's get back to the matter at hand. Uncle
It might be
Tian,
poisoning.
we've reported back. Do you have a verdict?
I appointed you as the assessment officer, and I trust your judgment. Had you not asked me why Jury's ideas were so similar to mine, I was not going to mention my history with any of them.
Okay,
This
but
decision must be guided by what is fair and right. Please disregard all other considerations and make your final decision only after a thorough review of each candidate's talents and capabilities.
so it's gonna be Jurhi easily.
Remember, you must be thorough.
Understood. Come on, let's go talk somewhere else.
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian. Look after yourself.
It's gonna suck if Uncle Tian just suddenly dies in the middle of this quest.
It's
That'd be
gonna be
trippy.
Jerry, right? His manifesto was written well, and he's the best speaker.
Easy. Let's not rush. There's no time limit for this assessment.
Huh? So, are you gonna give them more tests or something?
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. But let me give you a word of advice. Things are not always as they appear.
That sounds about right.
The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves. The truth is almost always hidden beneath many layers of deception. You have to get information through many different channels. For example, Wenyuan, Shanghua.
Yes?
Ninjas? Look at that. 2
Lady
ninjas.
Yelan, what are your orders?
Ugh! Who are they? Where did they come from?
Did they scare you? These two are Wenyuan and Shanghua. They work for me. As my
Nice.
trusted assistants, they are always standing guard nearby. They also perform various assignments as required. Shanghua is a business expert who gets his information by trading. Wenyuan relies on word of mouth. And there's also Upei, who's not here right now.
Is he
That
dead
meathead
or
must have been
sleeping?
out there on sea surveillance for some time now. Is he all right? I seem to remember that he can't swim.
Nothing can take that guy down. Certainly not a little wind and waves.
Shanghua, visit all the commerce guilds and look into Qianwei's background. Wenyuan, go to the Ministry of Civil Affairs and look through Mingbo's work files.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
So
interesting.
what about Jerry?
That's the one we get to focus on?
Juri, well, obviously, as the most promising candidate, we will be investigating him ourselves. Let's go to the docks first. Lots of people passing through there. You can find out all kinds of things.
If we're looking for information, why don't we try talking to Bulai, the owner of Wanyu Boutique? He does business at the North Wharf. Maybe he has some news for us.
That's actually not a bad idea. Let's go and ask him.
We're gonna find out that Jurhi is a Fatui. Or, like, that's just what's gonna happen. Calling it now. He's either Fatui or a treasure hoarder. I doubt he's Abyss, because Abyss usually only relates to the Traveler, which I don't think he does.
What's Bulai doing here today?
Hello, Belai.
Look,
Your asking price for this batch is just too high. I can't buy in at this price. How am I supposed to turn a profit?
Come on, hear me out. I'm telling you, this is the single best batch of Sunsetias ever. You won't find anyone who disputes that. I
Okay.
accidentally dropped one into a well, and even the water turned sweet.
Even so...
All right. I'll let you in on a little secret. The boss of Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I haven't responded yet. If you won't take him, I'll just have to partner with them instead. And neither of us wants that.
Okay, well, when you put it that way, I'll accept your asking price. I'll take all your stock. Don't sell a single one to Second Life.
Damn, we hate Second Life. Even though Belai does not have that good of stock. And we like Second Life,
Oh,
but still.
what are you doing here? And to be clear, these Sunsetias are mine. I got to them first. Don't get any ideas.
I got literally thousands of them, buddy.
Actually, we want to ask you about a guy called Juri. Have you heard of him before?
Juri? Yes, he's quite well known. I've heard a story about him. They say he was born into poverty. His parents died when he was young, and he was treated cruelly by the local community.
Uh-oh.
One of his neighbors was terribly rude to him all the time, but Juri never retaliated. And when his neighbor went bankrupt, he even helped support the family.
Damn, what a good
He
guy.
returned cruelty with kindness, injustice with peace offerings. A gentleman of talent and character, and... how did I not notice him sooner? In fact, maybe I'm not too late. If I could hire him to be the brand ambassador for Wanyo Boutique.
I don't think that's gonna work, buddy. You're stuck
Sounds
six.
like a decent man. We can finally breathe a sigh of relief.
Paimon, that's one person.
Why are you asking about him anyway? You aren't looking for a brand ambassador too, are you? Well then,
That's unfortunate.
in that case,
That's fine.
the higher bidder takes the... That's Juri right over there. Why don't we go and talk to him?
Where?
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Yelan. Come on, let's follow them and listen in. Try not to let him see you. We want this information to be as truthful as possible.
I'll just go and fetch an employment contract. And hey, don't try and cut me out of this. Hey!
We hate Belai.
I understand. Let's walk and talk.
They don't see me.
So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
Damn. They're trying to
The truth is,
con?
An old friend of mine who likes to have a drink now and then. He fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance. So I thought I might buy him a set of high-quality fakes.
How very thoughtful of you. Leave it to me then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever is convenient.
Thank you very much, Miss Yelan.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Juri. These days, it's quite rare for someone of your standing to still keep up with their old friends. It's nice to see. I'll be sure to pick out a good set for you. You can count on me.
I mean, he seems like a decent guy, but we're gonna find out some info, right?
Juri seems to get along really well with everyone. Are you satisfied now, Yelan? Seems like everyone thinks Juri's a great guy.
I don't
We
buy
shouldn't
it.
jump to conclusions just yet. Let's go check out the wharf where he usually goes fishing.
Do we have to? Wait, you're not just trying to dig up some dirt on Juri because you want to be Tuansha yourself, are you?
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But hey, if I do become Tianshu, I'll look out for you guys. You'll be able to try all the finest food for free. How does that sound?
We will? Well, come on! Off to the South Wharf we go!
Damn, Paimon's so easily convinced. Literally, most easily convinced. You tell Paimon that food's involved and just drop everything. This is why Paimon's always emergency food. Weird, I feel like they're still stuttering with the stream. Is there any stuttering on y'all's end? I think it's only in gameplay, not cutscenes, but we'll see.
I hear the anglers here sometimes sell their fish to the nearby fishmongers. Let's see what Uncle Soon has to say.
Soon, not son. I've called this man Uncle Son this entire time.
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
Oh, we'd like to buy some information.
We're actually members of the Liyue Anglers Association, and we just wanted to ask a few questions about someone. We've heard about this young man called Zhi, who's supposed to be a fantastic fisherman. Just wondering if you happen to have heard of him?
Whoa! Yelan made up a whole fake identity without batting an eyelid.
Ah, yes, Zhi. He's been making quite a name for himself recently. I've got some friends who travel all over the place, and they tell me everywhere they go they meet someone who's heard of him. Apparently, he had a rather tough time growing up. Had to work several jobs alongside his studies to make ends meet. How does that saying go? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, if there's anything to that logic, he's sure to be phenomenally successful one day.
Yeah, we think so too.
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association might be in for a disappointment.
Oh? Why is that?
He's good at a lot of things, but fishing isn't one of them. He fishes at the wharf and sells what he catches to me on occasion. His catches are always mediocre. Not terrible, but equally nothing to write home about. If you're looking to recruit some new members, though, I do know a few top anglers I could put you in touch with.
That sounds fantastic. I've got a couple of other things to attend to right now, though, so why don't I come back some other time and we can chat over a drink?
Sure thing. See you.
Everywhere they go, they meet someone who's heard of him. Come on, let's keep asking around.
That's interesting, yeah. There's so many people who know about Zhi, but...
Here to buy some fish? It's 300 for one or 3 for 1,000. You better hurry. When they're gone, they're gone.
Hello, we're from the Society for Fish Price Research. We'd just like to ask a few questions.
Wow, she switched identity again.
He's good at
Society
this.
for Fish Price Research? I haven't done anything illegal. Stay out of my business.
Please, don't worry. We're just here to conduct a simple survey. We've heard about a certain Zhi who's been selling fresh fish at low prices in this area recently. Do you know anything about this?
So this isn't about me. You should have said something, you know. I know the guy. I can tell you what I know.
Also, this guy's fish prices suck. 3 for 1,000, but 1 for 3?
I haven't heard anything about him selling fresh fish at low prices, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was him.
Oh? Why is that?
Because he's so poor. His parents died when he was very young, and his alcoholic father still owed a huge amount of debt. No one wanted anything to do with him.
Damn. Why is like everybody...
He was still a kid when he first came to the wharf. His clothes were ragged, and he had a bandage wrapped around his head. And he managed to survive, thanks to Uncle Tien, who gave him some food. But still to this day, he doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. I mean, he can afford to eat and everything, but you'll often see him haggling with others over just a few mora. So, I wouldn't be surprised to find out he's been selling a few fish.
Damn.
It's not like he catches much anyway, so it's not going to affect my business. Don't tell him I said that.
You'd rather he didn't know?
Well, I spoke to him once, briefly, and I just had a feeling that he really cares what other people think of him. I think he has pretty low self-esteem, but hey, it's hardly my place to say anything. What he's achieved already puts most people to shame. And nobody's perfect. I just wouldn't want to upset him, that's all.
I see. Well, Thank you for sharing that.
Low
with us.
self-esteem.
Not a problem.
So it's
And
fair.
just for the record, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the price of my fish.
Oh, there definitely is something wrong,
The
but that's a
more
different
times you
issue.
say it, the less convincing it becomes.
Doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. Okay, let's keep going.
So the Jurhi that we are talking to probably is not the same one that we're talking to. Probably.
Hey, it's you guys. Wait, what's the phrase? Oh yeah, honored to meet you.
I don't remember who you are, kid.
What brings you to me?
Oh, you're the
truth
kid who
is,
wants a sword.
We are but newcomers to this territory. We heard tell of a great martial artist, Master Dugu, who knows everything there is to know. Hence, we sought you out to ask for your guidance.
Really? People said I know everything there is to know?
Damn.
Of course. We also heard that Master Dugu is a kind and virtuous swordsman who never turns away anyone who comes with questions.
Damn, Yelan
Great!
going in.
So what do you wish to know? Nothing happens on this street that I don't know about.
Now she's lying to a kid.
Eh, it made his day.
So, Master Dugu, have you heard of one by the name of Jur-E?
Sure have. You mean that guy that all the grown-ups are talking about these days?
Yeah,
I've
what
heard
about him?
many tales of jury. For example, I can't remember. Probably because it's nothing that important. I prefer stories about sword-fighting heroes.
Oh, I can completely understand that. Then let me ask you this. Do you remember roughly when the grown-ups
grown-ups?
started talking
Good
about
question.
Jur-E?
It's a good question, indeed.
Oh yeah, I know that. It was about 2 or 3 months ago.
That's a short
Before
time.
that, people always used to talk about jury in a kind of nasty tone of voice. 2 or 3 months
Ooh.
ago, suddenly everyone started to like
Ooh.
him.
So they didn't like him at first, but
Sometimes he
now
gives
they
me
do.
candies, so I'm glad that people are starting to like him now.
Just as I thought.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, just as I thought, Master Dugu is indeed as
Damn.
kind and virtuous as the legends claim.
Good job, Yelan.
I'm not that great. Oh yeah, one other thing. These days, there's a lot of people I've never seen before talking about jury stories in the street. They seem like nice people.
Oh, definitely.
Great. So next time I see them, I'll say hi. And I guess I can share some of my candies with them too.
Certainly. You can also tell my friend in Yenshang Tea House about what they're up to. I'm sure my friend would also like to say hi to them.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Well then, fare thee well, Master
He's a treasure
Dugu.
hoarder. I'm pretty sure he's a treasure
Till we
hoarder if
meet again.
he doesn't have that much money.
Any of that sound strange to you?
Strange? What was strange about it? Ji seems to have a great reputation. Uncle Soon and Uncle Gao spoke highly of him, and Dugu Shuo seems to like him too.
True. But the issue is, where did his sudden celebrity come from? It almost seems too good to be true.
Sudden? Too good to be true?
Paimon, you're very, very dumb and very
So
slow.
he returns cruelty with kindness and had to work to support his studies. These are the kinds of things that make someone well known in their hometown. But Uncle Soon said even his friends who travel far and
Yeah,
wide hear about
Like
him.
everyone knows the dude.
That's a little over the top if you ask me. Do you remember what Dugu Shuo said about Jur-E's stories? Clearly they left him with a good impression of the guy. But beyond that, he wasn't interested in the details. That's the reaction I would expect from any normal person. Plus, there's the fact that all this praise of Jur-E has only been happening within the last 2 or 3 months. His childhood, his studies, the thing with his neighbor. None of these are recent events. So why are these stories only going around now?
When you put it like that, it is kinda strange.
Of course, if that's
Mhm.
all there was to it, I wouldn't look into it any further. Jur-E was born into a poor family. Paying people to get his stories out there is within the rules of the game as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
The problem is, do you remember what Uncle Gao said about him? He's stayed poor his whole life. Everything he's earned he's either spent on studying, traveling, or paying off debts. I don't think he has the mora to pay for a publicity campaign.
So someone's helping him out.
Right. And that changes everything. It can mean a powerful faction is trying to gain influence over the Liu at Xixing. That's the worst-case scenario. But all too often, the most pessimistic speculation turns out to be closest to the truth.
Also true.
Someone's trying to
Sad
gain influence
times.
over the Qixing? That sounds serious. What should we do? Even if we asked Jiri about it, surely there's no way he'd admit it.
First, we need to find out who's supporting him. Don't worry, I've got a plan.
Do me do pay.
Remember the current affairs and planning stage of the assessment? Since the successful candidate is duty-bound to implement their plan after taking office, their manifesto tells us their stance on key issues. Whoever is secretly helping Jir-E must be seeking to benefit from his actions after his appointment. So, we should be able to find some hints in Jir-E's manifesto on who we're dealing with. Come on, let's get back to Yenshang Tea House.
Now we get to read. Oh, we're gonna have to read all of the pages. All right, who's ready to read all of the pages of that manifesto? We have to look at everything right down to the grammar. We have to analyze everything.
The manifesto covers a huge range of topics. Looking for details that don't add up will be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. I'll divide the reports into 2 piles. You take one, I'll take the other. When we're finished, we'll put our heads together. Officially, the assessment is already over, and I'll be expected to announce the results before long. So we have to get to the bottom of this as quickly as we can.
Yikes! We better hurry!
Time to read.
Uncle Tian might think of Jir-E, the fact remains that he's one of his favorite students. Any evidence he's left is not going to be immediately obvious. We'll have to look carefully. And
There's a
think
kitty in the
quickly.
background. He's a kitty. Kitty's doing kitty things. All right, let's read through it and see what's going on.
Even though Yelan took half, this is still a lot to get through. Well, we gotta start somewhere.
All right, time to read. Look at C. Due to a variety of factors, sea storms have become stronger in recent years. I suggest we set up a special patrol unit to deal with sea monsters. The fleet should consist of the following. There are various issues related to coastal defense. Rock. Much of Liwa's folklore suggests that Rex Lapis left a great deal of wealth in the mountains of Liwa. However, due to obstacles hindering the excavation operation of the chasm, many projects have been called off. The workers of the Blackcliff Forge have been idle near the Golden House for a long time now. They should be given first refusal if any suitable projects arise. Covers mining, tunnel construction, and ruin exploration. Roads. The treacherous terrain around Huangrong Stone Forest and Qingyang Peak means the area has weak transport links. The sheer mountain peaks are connected only by rope bridges. They are dangerous to walk on and wholly unsuitable to transportation of goods. These areas are rich in medicinal herbs and ore deposits. Building a road network around the mountains would be beneficial for everyone. Whereas plans to build roads and bridges.
Oh, this reading is giving Paimon a headache.
Why does he care about the treasures in the thing? And
Let's take a break.
he's looking for... Somebody's looking for wealth. A lot of wealth.
Looks like I'm the first one back, as usual.
Oh, hey! It's one of Yelan's little helpers, Shanghua!
This guy's an elf! It's Santa's little
Yeah,
helper!
That means you finished investigating Tianwei, right?
You betcha. I visited all the commerce guilds and gathered a wealth of information. Every time they asked me to leave, but I always had another trick up my sleeve.
Don't drag this out. Just tell us your findings.
Yes, Lady Yelan. To summarize my findings, most people who've had interactions with Tianwei will start out complaining about how proud and arrogant he is, but then go on to give a generally positive appraisal of him.
Okay.
The young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild said that Tianwei appears arrogant, but he's very scrupulous in the way he works. Once he signs a contract with
Hey,
somebody,
Xingqiu.
he treats them fairly, regardless of their background.
Who'd have thought?
Yep. Listen, everyone has their
Is it
masks.
possible that his reputation is fake? Is there any way you can check the accounts of the businesses under his name?
In theory, that should be very difficult. But here's the thing. I asked around and found out that almost all of Tianwei's accounts are open to the public. Where he
Interesting.
buys from and sells to should be confidential business information, but he doesn't seem interested in protecting it at all. Tianwei often sees business opportunities that others don't, but once he's made enough mora off of it, it's like he gets sick of it and releases all of his trade secrets.
Oh, that's not
It's
good.
like he wants people to know that they still can't beat him, even if he shares all of his secrets. The fact that someone like that can still make mora is pretty infuriating when you think about it.
What a strange guy. It's like he's not doing business to make Mora, but instead...
To validate his theories. No wonder his manifesto contains so many insights. It's all the result of his first-hand experimentation.
I'm back! Huh? How come you're here?
Why do you think? Obviously, because I possess superior skills and am always
Of
one step
course, the
ahead of
side-
competition. Well, when you're the competition, at least.
Jeez, these two.
Whatever. I'm not getting into an argument with you. If I hadn't had something else to take care of on the way, I would have been back long before you.
They all want to be in just Yelan's good graces. They are into
Lady
Yelan.
Yelan, I have finished investigating Mingbois.
Well, we're all ears.
The Ministry of Civil Affairs says that Mingbois struggles to get his words out when he gets nervous, especially when he's chatting with strangers.
Which is very true.
But after a few days of getting to know him, you can pretty much have a normal conversation with him. On the whole, the feedback from the Ministry of Civil Affairs was very positive. He always considers the things that everyone else overlooks.
In your opinion, was the Ministry of Civil Affairs' appraisal of Mingbois at all exaggerated?
I don't believe so. Mingbois is someone who has slowly but surely earned the reputation he has today.
Okay.
According to Miss Yu, the Ministry often gets Mingbois to take a final look at projects before they're implemented. People feel much more confident in something if it has his stamp of approval. Oh, and also, there was once someone in the Ministry who was lying and cheating to try to advance their career. Mingbois gave them the scolding of a lifetime.
Damn.
Apparently, he can be
Nervous dude
terrifying
can
when he
be
loses his
angry.
temper. I
It's like
haven't seen it
me!
for myself, though.
It's like me. Mingbo's me.
That's hard to
It's
imagine.
crazy.
Like I said before, things are not always as they appear.
Ah, so that's what you meant by that. Paimon's starting to get it now.
Thank you both. You're free to go now.
Goodbye, you two ninja peoples.
So, have you finished reading the manifesto?
Why am I staring at her boobs?
Still have a bit left.
Finished reading the manifesto with Yelan. So what do we got?
I can't see any immediate problems looking at the individual entries. The only one that strikes me as a little unusual is the Cheongshu Pool redevelopment plan.
What is that?
Cheongshu Pool has always been home to many secrets. Plus, Ajdaha once wrought havoc there. So there are
Ajdaha?
even
It's
more secrets
Ajdaha,
buried
right?
deep underground. At some point, a rumor began to go around that there is great treasure buried beneath Cheongshu Pool. A long time ago, with the approval of the Qixing, a mining team conducted an exploratory excavation there.
So, did they find any treasure?
None. The ruin was completely impenetrable. The only way they could have gotten through the solid rock would have been by blowing it open with a special kind of explosive. The technology
Which we don't
wasn't
have access
mature
to
enough
unless
at
your
that
name is
time.
Klee.
So the excavation project was shut down and the treasure became a mere legend. Jur-E's manifesto focuses on solving problems, and this treasure hunt seems extremely risky. It seems out of step with the rest of his plans. Still, this one fact alone doesn't tell us much. Everyone wants to get their hands on this treasure. The treasure hoarders, the Fatui, even local Liyue factions.
We want the treasure. No, we don't.
Did you find anything?
Excavation? Project? Treasure? Did we read anything similar in our half of the manifesto?
Yeah, it's the rock chapter.
Yeah! Juri said the Blackcliff Forge workers should get right of first refusal if any suitable projects come up.
Did he now? Well, that makes everything much clearer. So Jur-E wants the Blackcliff Forge to excavate the treasure of Cheongshu Pool.
Ooh.
Does that mean the Blackcliff Forge is Juri's secret supporter?
No, not likely. I've looked into the Blackcliff Forge before. They aren't involved with any powerful factions at present.
Gotcha,
Do
but need to
possess
figure
some
this out.
specialized explosives, but it would seem more trouble than it's worth to put so many resources into a risky project like this.
Yeah,
Still,
very, very true.
Since
Very
the clues are pointing toward the Blackcliff Forge, we should see where they lead. We may well find something new.
When are we gonna go fight things, though?
And Mingboa both turned out to be completely different than what we thought. What about Juri? Is there another side to him too?
Of course there is, Paimon. Everyone's got their faces. everybody. Like, you would be surprised. Well, you never judge a book by its cover. Falling faster than the rain.
Let's look around for clues.
Worksite records. Nothing note happened today. Nothing note happened today. Payday. 3 new recruits joined. Can't believe people are willing to join us at a time like this. One of the newcomers is very skilled. He got made the team leader. None of note happened.
What's this? A diary?
From the back, it looks like a ledger, but it seems they also use it as a site log. We don't know who wrote it, but it's interesting, don't you think? These newcomers, who could have sent them?
You think they're suspicious?
Yes. Look, it says right there, one of them's already been promoted to team leader.
That was fast.
At this rate, by the time the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan is ready to roll, they'll be the technical backbone of the team. That'll give them the chance to take a lot of liberties. They can copy any secret texts or steal any treasure they find underground. Imagine if we didn't suspect anything. By the time Jur-E recommends the Blackcliff Forge for the excavation project, at most we would maybe do a fresh background check on the place. No red flags if all they did was change some key staff. And even if we decided to vet the staff individually, they'd have had more than enough time by then to come up with fake identities.
Also true. So much stuff.
This far in advance. It was a clever move.
Clever girl.
Like that, it all makes sense. If we hadn't found this out, someone else would have stolen the treasure. So, who's really behind all this?
That's a question for the newcomers. But let's start with that worker over there for now.
Hello, Mr. Worker. We have to ask you about suspicious new people. What up, Iron Shoulder? I feel like we've talked to you before.
We want to ask you about the newcomers.
You want them to teach you or something? I gotta say, these newcomers are in tip-top shape. Fast learners, too. They're picking up all the skills unbelievably fast. My only complaint is that they're always going out drinking at night. But they never let us join them.
Uh-oh.
I guess they just need some time to adjust. I'm sure we'll get to know each other over time.
They go out drinking. This area isn't exactly renowned for the nightlife. I'm guessing it's a long trip to the nearest tavern.
I just realized Yelan has some really beautiful
You
eyes.
got that right. They tell me they go all the way back to Liyue Harbor to drink at Wanmin Restaurant. It rained after work today, so they actually stuck around at the site for a while. But as soon as the rain stopped, they went out drinking again right away.
Damn, super
You're
fast
only
too.
young once, right? I say, if they can hack it, let them at it.
Interesting. Let's go talk somewhere else.
Okie dokie, let's go talk about interesting things.
Looks like our hunch was on the Mora. These newcomers are very suspicious.
And there's
Drinking
footprints.
in Liyue Harbor, huh? Some cover story. I'll wager they've been going to intelligence updates. Good thing it rained today. It means they'll leave footprints. I doubt they'd give themselves away that easily, but let's follow them and try our luck.
Hooray, we're tailing people. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? I'm saying treasure hoarders.
Getaway! Hurry, we gotta catch up!
I'm calling it right now. I think it's the treasure hoarders. But you never know. You never know.
These footprints are heading towards Liyue Harbor. Maybe we were wrong about them.
Don't be so quick to judge, Paimon.
Just as I
You never
thought.
learn.
They didn't go to Liyue Harbor. They went that way.
Paimon being
The
so
footprints stop
gullible.
here. But, judging from the direction, I'm guessing their destination was that abandoned house.
Time to explore the abandoned house. It's really abandoned. There should be some stuff here. What's this? Looks like there may have been a fight here, but it's hard to say for certain. This was the work of a professional, but who? Wait, how do I get in? Hello. These stripes in the dirt were likely made by a bamboo mat. That means someone slept here, but the bamboo mat is nowhere to be seen now. A fire that burned out. Something was burned here not long ago. Oh shit, was a body burned? Crazy. You find a fresh fruit pet in the pile of leaves. It seems like someone was here recently, but you can't find any more clues. Can we just chill here?
Looks like we were too late. This has
They're gonna be
gotta
back.
be where the newcomers rendezvous with whoever they're working for. But all the evidence has been destroyed. Look at these ashes. Someone was burning documents not long before we arrived.
Could there be anything left? Maybe the wind could have blown the fire out before everything was finished burning.
The odds of that are very slim. It's practically impossible. I've checked. All the paper's been burned. There's only ash left now.
Why don't we wait
So
for them
somebody
back at the Blackcliff
knows.
Forge? They've got to go back there sooner or later.
We can't count on that. Clearly they were based here at one point, but it's mysteriously abandoned now. To me, that says that whoever's behind this has moved them somewhere else, to throw our investigation off course.
Darn! Guess this is where our trail runs cold.
Make no mistake, the purpose of our trip wasn't to find any solid evidence. We just need to figure out who's behind Jur-E. I smelled something peculiar the moment I came in. Those newcomers probably thought they'd be safe as long as they burned the letters. But what they failed to consider is that paper and ink from different regions produce different odors when they're burned.
Oh shit, Inazuma?
Really?
There's Naya.
Paimon can't smell anything. Do you smell anything?
I can't. I don't have a sense of smell, but I guess it's a very gentle
There
fragrance.
is a certain place with a freezing cold climate where there's nothing but ice as far as
Oh,
the eye
it's
can see.
Fatui.
Some wealthy people there put floral fragrance in their ink as a way of injecting
Schneznaya.
romance into their writing.
It's
When that
Schneznaya.
fragrant ink is burned, this is the exact odor that it leaves behind.
Schneznaya.
Exactly. The evidence will soon be blown away by the wind, so it's nothing we can arrest anyone with. But it's all I need. Now I know who we're dealing with. I can plan our next move.
Lady Yelan! Oh, thank goodness I finally found you. I thought I'd never see you again.
Who are you?
You're Upe.
Don't be alarmed. This is Upei. He's Wenyuan and Shanghua's colleague. I sent him to look into Jur-E's regular contacts. Since Jur-E likes fishing, Upei thought he might know some of the fishermen and sailors, so he took a boat out to sea to ask around.
And you can't
I
swim.
left him a note at Yanshang Tea House telling him to look for me at Blackcliff Forge when he got back. If there'd been an ambush waiting for us there, it means we'd have had some backup. So, what did you find out at sea?
Forgive my incompetence. I'm afraid I've come up empty-handed. I asked all the fishermen multiple times, but none of them had any interactions with Jur-E before. Then the waves got so choppy I ended up falling overboard. Fortunately, someone managed to drag me out. When I got back, I heard that you'd gone to Blackcliff Forge and might need backup, so I went straight there as fast as I could. Didn't even stop to change my clothes.
Well, Uncle Tien said that Jur-E once bought a recipe from one of the fishermen. Did you hear anything about that at all?
What? That's news to me. No, that's not possible. It's absolutely not possible. Lady Yelan, I'm telling you, I spoke to every single fisherman out there, and none of them mentioned anything about a recipe.
Interesting. Then
Uh-oh.
I wonder how that even more wonderful fish soup came about.
Schneznaya's poisoning.
What fish soup?
Nothing. Our priority right now is to find a way to get our hands on some solid evidence. Well, any suggestions?
Catch them red-handed when they meet?
Not a bad idea. Upei, what do you think?
Honestly, I've already tried following Jur-E, but the guy's too cautious. Never meets with anyone suspicious.
Okay, so tailing's out.
No, we'll still need to tail him. But first, we need to do some groundwork.
Groundwork?
When you've worked in intelligence for a long time, you'll understand that no one can stay on high alert forever. Especially when he thinks he's about to win. Tomorrow morning, I'll announce his victory at Yohai Pavilion. Take a guess what you think he'll do next. Be sure to arrive on time. You won't want to miss the show.
Oh no, we're gonna announce. It's gonna be announced, and he's gonna be. Wait until 9 to 10 o'clock to the fall, or 11. Well, okay, listen. Sometimes I know how time works, okay? Sometimes I understand time and whatnot. I'm very not smart.
Really?
Oh, I was like, oh my gosh, that's Yelan singing the silly churl hilly churl song. And that was incorrect. It was definitely the Hootas. Alright. Down we go. Whee! Assassination!
It looks like we're all here. Well then, time for me to announce the results of the assessment process. I won't drone on about the importance of the Tianshu role. Suffice to say that Uncle Tien entrusted me with the monumentally important task of assessing the candidates. And now, it falls to me to give him a satisfactory answer.
All of us here know the score. Don't beat around the bush, just get on with it.
Qianwei has many pioneering ideas, but some of his plans are lacking in detail, and he easily gets into testy exchanges with other people. Mingbo is reliable, but not quite ambitious enough, and because of his personality, he struggles to win people over. In contrast, Zhi is evenly balanced across the board, and enjoys an excellent reputation in Liyue. After much consideration, I have decided to recommend Zhi to the Liyue Qixing.
What?
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm a little surprised to hear my name being announced. In my estimation, all three of us are worthy candidates for the Tianshu position. As your competitor, I've become keenly aware of your great talents. Would either of you entertain the possibility of working with me in the future and taking on some of my workload?
I'll have to see. I'm in a bad mood. This is the last thing I want to be thinking about right now.
Damn.
I don't mind, as long as I can help.
Okay, well, that's all from me. Zhi, you'll have some preparation to do. It won't be long before you're informed of your official appointment. I hope you will work hard and make Uncle Tien proud.
I will live up to the Tianshu name. On this, you have my word. I should go. I need to pack my things, and then I think a celebratory meal is in order. Would anyone like to join me?
Count me out. I'm not in the mood for a celebration.
Zhi seems pretty relaxed.
Dang.
This would be a good time to follow him.
Hey,
Yeah,
Traveler,
follow him, Tim.
tell me something. What exactly does that guy have that I don't? If you can't answer that, I'm not accepting this result.
I, also wouldn't mind knowing.
Oh no, if we get stuck here, we won't be able to leave.
This is bad.
Follow him.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, we're stuck talking to the two.
We finally got rid of them.
Lady Yelan, Zhi has gone towards Feiyun Slope.
Follow him, quickly.
Okay, we gotta go.
So Zhi really sided with the Fatui? But Uncle Tien thinks so highly of him. Why would he do this?
It's probably because the fish soup has...
But everything should become a lot clearer when we find him.
Like, let's be real. This whole thing, the fish soup and everything, the fish soup is literally like kind of brainwashing him, I believe. Like, probably is what's going on. He's being brainwashed.
Sorry, Lady Yelan. We lost him. He's too good at this. We weren't able to keep following him without being seen.
How the heck did he manage to shake Yelan's subordinates? I guess Zhi didn't let his guard down. Still as vigilant as ever.
No, Upe says he's much more relaxed than usual. Maybe it's just how he's wired. Perceptive enough to sense when he's being watched.
But how?
Don't blame yourselves. Let's not forget he was trained by Uncle Tien himself. Evading detection is not an unusual skill for him to have. If I'd asked you to tail Uncle Tien, you'd have ended up at a dead end too. It's fine. So, where did you lose him?
Shinue Kiosk. He only went in briefly. Upe and I were watching outside the whole time. A few moments later, a man dressed in a completely different outfit came out. Upe had a feeling that it was him, but we couldn't get close enough to check without blowing our cover. I figured that if we spooked him, it would undo what we've accomplished today so far. Another option would have been to arrest him there and then, but without any evidence, that would have been meaningless.
Yeah,
So I
very true.
stopped Upe.
What's the new
I
outfit?
stayed here to wait for you while that meathead went to ask around in Shinue Kiosk.
Good work. The fish didn't take the bait, but that's okay. As long as he's still swimming around, we'll find a way to catch him eventually. The key is figuring out what he's trying to achieve.
And his work with the Fatui, so it's
Let's go
probably
to
a
Shinue
lot.
Kiosk.
Probably trying to do a lot. Hello, we're going in. I don't want to talk to you, please. We're going to serve you in the future. I'm going in myself. Let's
Could
find
you
his
explain
clothes.
to me how that works?
A guy like him comes in, changes his whole outfit right under your nose, and you don't even ask him about it?
Our customers are free to dress however they please. What grounds would I have to question him?
Okay, fair enough, but didn't you think it was just a little bit strange?
Well, maybe I did, but it still doesn't give me the right to stop him.
Enough.
Fair.
Let's tone this down a little. I'll make this quick. Just one question. What did he buy while he was here?
Oh, he didn't buy anything. He just picked up a bottle of liquor that he ordered ages ago.
A bottle of liquor?
Yes, a very strong kind. Fiery, with a rich flavor. Not something the average customer would order. This gentleman ordered it in person from us a long time ago. He was only here today to pick it up.
Liquor and wineware. I see. Let's go.
Where to?
Shigu Antiques.
Oh, the place where he's buying the fake stuff. The fake stuff. Hello. How's it going? We heard a guy's buying fake things.
Sorry to bother you. Jur-E ordered a wanware set from you not long ago, right? We're friends of his. He's been telling us how impressed he is with the quality, considering how affordable it was. So we just had to come and take a look for ourselves.
Sure. Which model are you looking for?
We don't really know a whole lot about wineware. Let's just go with Jur-E's choice. Would you be able to show us the one he bought?
Jur-E picked up his set not long ago. As a quality imitation of an antique wineware set, it has the look and feel of a luxury item.
But it's fake.
Just so you're aware, we don't have many of this model left in stock. And now that Mr. Jur-E has taken one, I'm afraid it may encourage the price to go up a little.
Don't worry. Price shouldn't be an issue. I'm sure we can work something out. But I'm just a little hazy on one thing. Did Jur-E's wineware set include wine glasses, or...?
For this set, the wine glasses are sold separately. Minimum purchase is 1 glass, maximum is 4. Mr. Jur-E bought 2.
Okay.
So he's gonna
Thanks,
poison Uncle
Seems
Tien.
there's a little more to buying wineware than I first thought. We'll have to mull it over.
Well, don't take too long. We could sell out any day now. All right, see you next time.
Oh shit, he's poisoning Uncle Tien.
This is turning into a real headache.
I'd just like to point out that we have the self-professed Grand Master of Fieldwork here to thank for being wholly incapable of tailing an ordinary civilian without being seen.
Y'all are doing fine, shush.
It's not like you did any better.
My specialty is information trading, okay? I don't have the physical agility. What's your excuse?
Fair point.
Yelan, so has the plan failed? Oh, if we can't figure out where Jur-E went, there's not much we can do. But why was he buying liquor at Shinue Kiosk anyway? To celebrate?
Nope, he poisoning
If
it.
so, it's no ordinary celebration.
What do you mean?
It's
First
poison.
of all, Jur-E isn't much of a drinker. On some level, he hates alcohol because of what it did to his father. If he was just looking to celebrate by himself, he wouldn't spend his meager savings on an expensive bottle of alcohol, let alone buy a pair of special wine glasses.
True.
This is a victory feast, held in honor of Jur-E's private sponsor. Whoever this person is clearly enjoys hard liquor and has a very high status, hence the need for expensive-looking wineware. Now, where might we find Fatui who match that description, I wonder?
Fatui officials. Should be either the Snezhnayan Embassy or the Northland Bank.
Have both locations surrounded. Take as many people as you need.
Lady Yelan, is it time for us to make our move? If so, you can count me in.
Get
Okay, I
with
think we're
the
gonna do.
program, would you? This is a covert surveillance operation. Jur-E may be vigilant, but that doesn't mean the same is true for his drinking buddy. In which case, we don't need to change tactics. Just change who we're following.
Great idea! So we
Good
just
plan,
need
good
to
plan.
find
I
out
like it.
who Jur-E bought that liquor for and follow them instead.
Which is
But
probably a
Lady Yelan,
Fatui dude.
If we get caught, this could become a major diplomatic incident.
I'm well aware, but don't you see? Jur-E is gambling everything on this. If we really want to catch him, we're going to have to accept a little risk ourselves. Stick to your orders, and make sure we're covering all other bases too. Anywhere else Jur-E might be going. I want eyes on those locations.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't worry, Lady Yelan. Juri may be a slippery character, but we'll keep
Hey,
a close watch
somebody's
on the
streaming,
movements of
I
all
think.
Fatui officials.
I'll be waiting for you at the tea house. If I'm guessing correctly, Fatui officials are likely to take action at night.
Yep, it's
You should go
covert.
and get ready. Then meet me at Yensheng Tea House.
Oh, I'll be ready. I'm so ready. After, well, it's nighttime already. What time is it? Wow. All right, well, we'll just make our way down to the tea house because it's literally going to be 20 o'clock. In a few minutes, or a few seconds, rather. We got the Hu Tao team. The Hu Tao team gonna kick some butt. Gonna kick some butt. There we go.
Perfect timing. When you
I know.
just sent word that the Fatui ambassador, Yusupov, just left the embassy alone. He's heading in the direction of Qingshu Pool.
Qingshu Pool? That's the place Jerry mentioned in his manifesto.
It looks like that's where they've arranged to meet. Sensible choice, I'll give them that. Qingshu Pool is always crawling with monsters. Most people wouldn't dream of going there. It's one place they won't need to worry about being seen.
Oh no, we gotta go get them!
Let's go. If my hunch is correct, we just might hit the jackpot this time.
Hell yeah, jackpot time. Time to go to the pool. The pool that had this pool has not been used for a quest, I think, ever. Cause like we've been here when we were exploring a whole bunch of stuff.
This is Qingshu
But that's
Pool,
it.
full of ruins, crawling with monsters. Anyone with any sense steers well clear of this place.
I literally explored it
I've
from
looked
head to
into the
tail.
place before. There's a worker's entrance somewhere around here. Follow me.
Follow you. Okay. Is it right here? It looks like it's right there. Okay,
There's
cool,
been
easy.
some work done on this place in the past, but it's a bit of a labyrinth inside. I can't guarantee we'll be safe once we're underground. The workers left an emergency access route. If we can find it, this will be a much easier journey. Still, be ready to fight at any moment. Any resistance needs to be taken out quickly and quietly. We don't want to attract too much attention.
Don't worry, we're all professionals here. By the
Everyone
way,
except for you,
Yelan,
Paimon.
where are your three little helpers at?
You're Santa's
They
little
have other things
elves.
to take care of first. We couldn't afford to wait for them, but they'll join us later.
Cool. Sounds great, and now we can actually fight things, because that's usually what these quests entail. Is we're gonna be fighting people, and kicking their butt, and ripping them a new one, because of course. Yeah. Hello.
Let me weave you a verse.
I don't know why.
Come into be, moment of birth. Gather.
No, my soul.
As I expected.
There we go.
But this shouldn't be too much trouble.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be kicking some booty. That is faux show. There's our Fatui boy.
You guys see that? That's gotta be the Fatui ambassador here to meet Ji. Looks like he went through that door. That must be the emergency access route, right? Come on, let's hurry.
Alright, so there's a puzzle probably.
This is the construction workers' emergency access route, but it's closed tight. Trying to break through would be risky. Let's see if we can find another way.
Well, there's this.
Stabilize.
This seems interesting. Pick this up, put it over here. Hello, friends.
Gather.
I'm here to attack.
Time to.
Hello. Listen, I can kick your butt any day.
Stabilize.
Live.
Oh, we're taking them down easy. Hu Tao just destroying everything. Oh, it'd be so nice to get Hu Tao's weapon like fully maxed too. That'd be super nice. Cool. So that's middle, left, right.
The water's gone down. Hey, look! Is that another way through?
Yeah, there's a few places we can go. Well, can I check this out? Okay, never mind. I was like, oh, I'm gonna check out something cool. There's nothing down there. Let's see what we got. So another floating platform. Yo, Team Hu Tao is kind of kicking butt. I'm honestly really, really glad that no. All right. Hello, team. How do you feel about destruction? She literally just destroys these guys so fast. Moving ball puzzle.
Body and mind.
I'm bringing this one back first, real quick.
Time to.
There we go. Cool. That's one down. Now we just need to get another one. All right. Let's see. Find that. Oh, hello.
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cut.
Stabilize.
Come into being.
Meanwhile, Abyss Mage just dead so fast. It's kind of hilarious. Alright. Let's see what we're looking at here. Okay, so there's the chest. Wanderer's Advice, which does literally nothing for me. And here we go. Cool. Can I can't move this. There we go. Now we can head back. Yeah, we're almost there. Just trying not to get caught in the water, because the water could destroy my life. Not really. Alright, water's filling up again. Filling up that pool. It's connecting everything. Okay. Interesting. Don't know how that all works.
The water's flowed into the groove, and now the statues have lit up. Okay. Now we should be able to move the statues.
Okay, so you need to go right there. Push you over there. Push you over there. Do something like this. Listen. Statue's gotta go that way. This goes this way. Yeah. Pretty simple.
The door is open. Let's go.
Continue deeper
We
within.
should be nearly at the bottom now. Let's wrap this up.
That's the plan. Oh, hello. On the plus side, I know you're weak to this.
Burst forth. Feel this ancient power.
Boom. I could have used Hu Tao's ultimate, but I'm not going to yet. Gonna play this by ear.
Solidify.
This.
No, my sword.
Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
We can use Yelan there. Nice. Man, this is all for Yelan to be the Tuansha, whatever.
I can tell from the aroma that this is very fine liquor indeed. I'm impressed. Come on, bottoms up. After you, of course.
Oh, he got poisoned.
Oh, sorry, that went down the wrong way. I've never drunk anything this strong before. It'll take me some getting used to.
You'll get there. If you want to stay friends with us, you have to drink with us.
I'll do my best.
Damn.
More of a lightweight than I thought. Already struggling after one glass? I thought you were made of sterner stuff. You certainly kept it together when you were poisoning your teacher's soup.
Of course.
Come on, another round. Less talking, more drinking.
Sure. You didn't leave me much of a choice, though, did you? Just the mention of poisoning sends shivers down my spine. I'm more timid than you realize. Every time I poisoned him, I had to hide away at home for a few days because I was so scared of getting caught.
Look, I know it has not been easy for you, my friend. We appreciate all your hard work. I
Snezhnaya.
have to say, you really are quite a genius at poisoning people. I mean, the poison we brought from Snezhnaya is as strong as this wine, but you found a way to turn it into an imperceptible, slow-acting poison and came up with the idea of delivering it through fish soup. What was it you said? Oh, yeah. You said the soup's fishy flavor neutralizes the pungency of the poison, and this process even makes the soup tastier as a result. How did you think of that?
It struck me one day when I was fishing. I'm lucky it did. Otherwise, I'm not sure I would have been able to fool Uncle Tien.
You have performed excellently. The Fatui will continue to provide the support you need to consolidate your position as Tien Shu. Of course, this is as long as you continue to do as we instruct. Aside from Qing Shu Pool, we also have some other requests for you, which we will inform you of in due course.
Don't worry. Whatever tasks you have for me, I will perform them diligently.
Did you hear that? It was poison! That's why Uncle Tien hasn't been feeling well recently. It's all Jurye's doing. What a nasty guy! Seize him!
Hold on. Did you bring a camera? If not, you can use mine. This is quite a scene. We have to capture it for posterity.
Yep, we'll take a picture.
Excellent liquor. We've seen no progress on the diplomatic front, and everyone has been eyeing up the treasure of Qingshu Pool. It's been a real headache for me. But soon, everything will be taken care of, and I can report back on a successful mission. Thank you, Juryi. I remember when I first saw you. I knew right away that you would make a good partner for us. Hey, do you still remember what I said to you?
How could I forget? You said a lowly commoner like me could never be seen as a serious candidate for the Tianshu, no matter how hard I work. The only way is for you to shine bright in the Tianshu's darkest moment. I think you were absolutely right.
Yes. Under normal circumstances, the gap between you and other people could only ever grow wider over time. Just look at your two competitors. Chen Wei had wealth. Ming Boa had reputation. But you had nothing. You were just
What a dick! This guy,
nobody.
This guy.
And that's why I decided to help you. You know, there's an old saying in the Fatui. Give a starving dog a bone, and it'll guard your home for the rest of its life.
Yes. I cannot thank you enough for your generous support.
You poisoned the liquor, didn't you?
You know, the best thing about you is that you do as you're told without complaining. Hey, keep up the good work, and I can assure you, you'll never have to worry about Mora again. Heck, when you're not in the company of the Fatui, you'll be able to throw your weight around as much as you want. How about that?
Uncle Gao said that Juryi has low self-esteem. Seems he was right. He was worried that whatever advantage he might have now will diminish over time, so the Fatui persuaded him that he should act while he can.
Yep,
Do you have
that's
any
what it looks like.
form in the camera? Then
Plenty.
get ready to use it. Tonight's grand finale should be coming up any minute now. How well this goes for us depends on how Jur-E plays his hand.
Ooh, is there any more alcohol? Go on. Fill me up. I'm in a good mood today, and I'm gonna drink my fill. Make sure to get me home safely afterward.
Dang. Good old alcohol.
There's only a little left. Here, I'll fill your glass. If you like it, I can bring you some more next time.
Oh, he's poisoning it.
Whoa, this is the good stuff. It is great.
He's literally killing this guy right in front of us.
What the?
Down he goes. He did.
Jur-E, you poisoned my wine? But when?
You seem surprised, Mr. Yusupov.
How could you?
How could I not? I've sacrificed years of my life studying and reflecting to prepare myself for this position. And in the end, I even had to poison my own teacher. You really think I'd put myself through all that just to become your little puppet? I don't want to bow down to anyone ever again. And that includes you.
You imbecile. It's the Fatui who got you to where you are. Do you understand? If I disappear with no explanation, the embassy will come after you. They'll get to the bottom of this. Mark my words.
Do you see the haystack in the corner? Underneath it is a pile of explosives. And next door in the dark room are the 3 undercover agents you sent to infiltrate the Black Cliff Forge. I'm gonna stay here till I see you slip into unconsciousness. Then I'm gonna set this on fire. Once the flames burn through the hay, they'll ignite the explosives, the ruins will collapse, and everything will be buried.
Dang, he's evil.
What do you hope to?
I took the liberty of leaving some evidence of your contact with the undercover agents at the Black Cliff Forge. It won't take long for people to join the dots. 2 missing person cases will become one as the truth gradually reveals itself. The Fatui planted undercover agents in the Black Cliff Forge to steal their signature ruin-grade explosives. Their plan was to blow through the solid floor tiles in the dead of night and seize the treasure of Qingshu Pool. But things didn't quite go to plan. Mistakes were made that led to the accidental deaths of the entire crew. Faced with the overwhelming evidence, the embassy won't investigate this any further. In fact, they'll be only too happy to blame it all on a rogue operation by you.
Dang.
It explains why you acted alone, while exonerating the rest of the embassy of any liability. Of course, none of that will have anything to do with me. When all of this comes to my attention, I'm afraid I'll have no choice but to cancel the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan immediately. I guess then, I'll be Tianshu in my own right, with a clean record and well out of the Fatui's reach.
Clever plan, but he's also a dick.
Jur-E, do you really think you're gonna get away with this? The Fatui has a record of everything. That includes the poison, all interactions between us, even my trip here tonight. After I die, they'll come looking, and they'll get to the bottom of this.
A record? Oh, you must mean the one in the hands of your second-in-command, Theophan?
What? How do you know about that?
Because when you contacted me, I also made contact with your associates. I have Theophan to thank for providing me with the poison I used on
Damn! Double betrayal!
Help me tie up all the loose ends. After all, your untimely demise comes with a few perks for him. He has been eyeing your position for a long time now.
That traitor! Jur-E, you...
Shh. Relax. It's over. After tonight, everyone gets what they want. And anyone else in the know is either my accomplice or about to be taken out of the picture. Sweet dreams, Mr. Yusupov.
Hi! What's up? Kind of been caught, my dude, and I got it all on film. Is all
I
on
did a little
film.
surveying on the way here and found that you'd left yourself 3 escape routes in case things went south. I have them all surrounded. If you're thinking of trying anything, save yourself the effort. The game's up. We were here the whole time and have pictures of everything. They came out pretty nicely. Want to see them?
The game's up? Forgive me, I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, Miss Yelan. I happened to discover a Fatui operation here, so I approached them on the pretext of joining forces and eventually brought them down from within. If it pleases you,
He's
Miss
trying to
Yelan,
lie.
I'd be only too happy to have you join me in investigating this matter.
This is how you want to play it, huh? Fine. You do you. All we need to do to convict you is establish that the poison in his system is the same as in Uncle Tien's. Nothing else you wanted to add? Let's leave it there then. Time to go.
One wrong move and it all comes crashing down. I should have been more careful. You followed him here, didn't you? I was so focused on keeping myself out of sight, I forgot he was a potential liability. Let's talk about this, Yelan. I gave you my word that I would live up to the Tianshu name.
He's
and
trying
that much
to.
I can still guarantee.
Ooh, he's trying to manipulate hard, very hard.
Your point being?
When I take office, I can guarantee that I will act in your best interests. In fact, all of you here tonight can expect very generous treatment in the future. I don't deny that I used underhanded methods to get here. But given my lowly origins, what other choice did I have?
Nah.
You still don't get it, do you? Even now. What do you think?
He always trusted you.
Exactly. Jur-E, clever people can always come up with a good excuse. But while you might be able to get other people to believe you, you'll never be able to deceive yourself. There's nothing wrong with wanting to win other people's respect, but when has Uncle Tien ever looked down on you? He was like a teacher and a father to you, but you chose to repay that by poisoning him. Whatever positive goal you may have started out with, you threw it away in that moment.
Yeah, tell it to him.
Enough.
Of course. What makes this even crueler is that you managed to convince yourself there was no other way. Uncle Tien was always going to give you this opportunity. Even if you'd done nothing at all. Out of everyone in the world, he is the one who trusts you the most. So much that he drank your fish soup without doubting you, not for 1 second.
Dang.
That's enough. That's enough.
Nope.
Life is like fishing. It cannot be rushed. Whatever you do, impatience will accomplish nothing. I was just like you once, desperate to prove myself. Only later did I realize things do not always turn out the way you plan. But you have to keep calm to carry on. You're still young. Be patient, believe in yourself, and don't look outside yourself to prove your value. Where's Jury these days? It's been a long time since he last paid me a visit.
Maybe he's just busy.
Well, next time, if he doesn't bring a pot of piping hot fish soup, don't let him in.
Whatever you were thinking about, you'll have plenty of time to mull it over in prison. Oh, I almost forgot. If the Fatui find out what happened today, prison might not turn out to be the safest place for you. Trying to have friends on both sides, it has a way of turning everyone against you. But right now, I have an opportunity for you.
Huh?
Ooh, what's she whispering?
Sorry, things are about to get extremely busy for me. Let's meet at Yenshang Tea House tomorrow morning. I'll have someone remove the explosives. Then, there's someone I have to go and see.
Need our help with that?
No, it could be dangerous. You should leave this one to the professionals.
Well, then be
Don't
careful,
worry.
Yelan.
As long as they're willing to cooperate, this'll be a straightforward deal. Get some rest. See you tomorrow.
Oh, she's He cares about us. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. All that sort of jazz. I'm wondering what she whispered to Juri though. Wait until after 8 o'clock in the following morning. Okay. Well, good thing that it's almost tomorrow, so I'm in a good position. Oops. Wrong thing. Alright. Go to Yangshan Tea House again. Our favorite place that we just keep finding ourselves at. Good place, I suppose.
There is now no poison left in his system. But recovery from the damage already done will not happen overnight.
Baiju!
Dr. Baiju, is my father going to be...
You needn't worry too much. Keep taking the prescribed medicine every day, and a full recovery will take at most 2 to 3 years. It's good we caught it in time. A few days later, and the toxin would have built up in the internal organs. At that point, things would have been much more serious.
How did they successfully secure such a seldom-seen poison? It seems the Fatui are extremely resourceful. Unfortunately for them, they were up against us.
Uncle Tian will be heading off now. Remember to get plenty of rest and avoid overexerting yourself while you're recovering.
Don't worry, I will. Thank you very much.
Let's go. Good old Baiju. Long time no see, friend. I can't wait to win your actual character.
You're here too? Thank you for all you've done to resolve this situation. And I'll have to make some tea in a moment. You simply have to try it.
Are you feeling any better, though?
Yes. The exhaustion seems to have gone. My mind is steadily getting clearer again.
Luckily, it looks like choosing the Tianshu's successor is suddenly not such a pressing issue after all.
Nice. Good stuff, Yelan.
My
What'd you
work
do?
is mostly wrapped up, so I thought I'd take a minute to check in here. The assessment process comes to an end here, Uncle Tian. In my opinion, Zhi is not suitable for the position. But Qianwei and Mingbo both have potential.
You have my gratitude. People can change their loyalties easily. I've always known this. But whenever it happens, it's still a dismal experience.
Fair.
Is it just
Very depressing. Very depressing when they change.
Uncle Tian not that surprised?
He's probably been betrayed numerous times.
Don't underestimate Uncle Tian. He wouldn't have appointed me as assessment officer if he hadn't had his doubts about Zhi. Normally, the Yuehai Pavilion would be responsible for assessing the candidates. Isn't that right, Uncle Tian?
Yes, to be quite honest, I wanted to trust him unreservedly. But I have to be responsible with the position of Tianshu. When I first met Zhi, I wondered if he had approached me with a hidden agenda. So I secretly investigated him. I concluded that he had no ulterior motives whatsoever. He just saw me as an ordinary fishing friend. In the end, even he changed. But when did it start?
But what if none of this had ever happened,
I never had any
though?
plans to recommend him directly, but I always intended to give him the chance to compete on a level playing field. Family background and fame mean everything to many people, but I don't attach great importance to them. I had no reputation to speak of when I first became Tianshu. I relied on Ganyu's assistance for all...
Good old Ganyu. Let's go, Ganyu.
What I really admired about Zhi was his intelligence and resilience.
I have to admit, he's a smart guy and very cautious.
But he's also kind of
The intel
evil.
suggests that the Fatui saw him as very low risk, but Zhi was still extremely careful with the poisoning. He chose that specific liquor from Xinyue Kiosk because the fiery flavor would mask the bitterness of the poison, and he chose to wait until the Fatui official was drunk and had his guard down before delivering it to him. He also installed a secret compartment in the wine pot he bought to hold the poison. As the amount of liquor went down, he'd shake the pot to release the poison from the compartment into the liquor.
Oh, he had an assassin's teapot. Oh, he had an assassin's teapot. I think this is a real thing, right? Because there are teapots that have dual layers, and the top is the actual like tea or whatever you put in there, but the bottom is the poison. So if you pour it a little bit from the top, or I think it's from the top. If you pour a little bit from the top, you'll just get the tea. So that way there's nothing. But then below it, if you pour a little bit more, it might be vice versa. I don't remember. But if you pour a little bit more, you'll get the poison mixed in too. And it just all looks the same, so you can't tell it. And I think that's why it's called the Assassin's Teapot. That's what he just built. That's kind of cool.
Afterwards, we also found he had an antidote on him. Had the Fatui official grown suspicious, Jur-E would have drunk the poisoned wine himself, and then found an opportunity to take the antidote shortly afterwards.
But that's still really dangerous.
He had all the plans.
Yes. Had he drunk the poisonous wine, he still would have faced serious health consequences despite taking the antidote. He didn't hesitate to put himself in harm's way to achieve his goal.
How is Jerry now?
Well, I mean, he is sitting in a jail cell. Like Yenfei says, everyone who breaks the law has to pay the price.
True.
Still, he's cooperating. He didn't turn down my offer to strike a deal. I'll make sure there are plenty of guards around to keep him safe from anything the Fatui might be planning.
A deal? Does this have to do with what you said to him when you arrested him?
What do you say?
Yes, Jur-E's not the one I'm interested in. If he was as far as this went, I'd have handed the case off to my subordinates as soon as I realized. But once the Fatui became involved, things got a whole lot more interesting. I thought I might have the chance to catch a big fish.
Ooh,
Did you?
Almost. Unfortunately, it slipped off the hook at the last second.
Uncle Tien? Yelan? What are you talking about?
You're trying to get one of the
I don't
harbingers.
understand.
Jur-E colluded with the Fatui to try and secure the position of Tianshu. Or, to put it the other way around, the Fatui made an attempt to interfere in the Tianshu selection process. With Yusupov in our hands and a statement from Jur-E, we could afford to continue with a diplomatic offensive. Also, we'd be able to gain control of Theophan, Yusupov's second-in-command. Then we'd have a pawn in the ranks of the Fatui. Pawns like this can be major assets. They open up all sorts of new options.
So that was your real plan all the time, was to use that.
Why else did you think I was investing so much time and effort into this case?
So, okay, well, did your plan succeed?
We got halfway. The first part went off without a hitch, and we passed all the information on to Lady Ningguang. But when we tried to make contact with Theophan, he was gone, along with all the evidence.
So they covered up the tracks real well.
The Fatui must be spying on us. Otherwise, they'd never been able to respond so quickly.
So they have good spies too.
Found out from other sources that the Harbinger Regrator got involved.
Regrator? Wait a second. They just released like a whole bunch of things for the Fatui Harbingers. Because they just revealed all of them. Like, they literally just revealed all of them like a few days before this stream. This is number 9. Regrator is number 9.
The Fatui's main forces aren't concentrated here.
And
Regrator
he is
was only treated
very
as a
interesting.
peripheral concern. It's a pity that Theophan got away, but knowing which Harbingers are still looking at Liyue is something. It gives me a starting point for my next mission.
I have to ask, Yelan, do you have any desire to take over the position of Tianshu yourself? I remember you showed some interest a few days ago at Yenshang Tea House. In my estimation, you are more than competent.
Oh, that. I was obviously joking. I prefer my current life. There's danger and there's excitement. Although it'd still be a behind-the-scenes role, as Tianshu, I wouldn't have the chance to get involved in anything truly clandestine or face any real danger. All right, I'm done here. Time for me to go. I'm heading off again in a few days and I still have to prepare.
Where are you off to this time?
As you might have guessed, it's for me to know and you to find out. But I'm sure if you keep going as you are, getting yourselves involved in other people's business all the time, you're sure to get caught up in another misadventure before too long. Maybe I'll see you the next time danger beckons. Until then, keep your wits about you. A lot of people are watching you for a lot of reasons. If you have any more questions, just ask Uncle Tian. After the recent turn of events, I'd say he owes you one, wouldn't you?
True. Very, very true. Greater is actually very interesting. Yeah, we could talk to Uncle
What would you
Tian.
like to know?
But
Regrator is the ninth of the Fatui Harbingers, though likely the first among them where wealth is concerned. However, his wealth is more he has to his name. He has a very unique understanding of wealth, and what he's planning may very well shake the world to its core. Beyond that, I don't have a lot of information about him. If you need to know more in the future, you can ask Ningguang.
so that's the only one I really care about. So I would like to say, for reference's sake, for anyone who's curious, and for those who are new to this community, I do not watch trailers at all. I'll have people send me things from time to time, usually like mostly spoiler-free stuff, just about things that are coming up and like just the name of things. Like I know that the Golden Apple Archipelago, however you want to say it, is coming back. This new update that's coming out, 2.8, as well as Shikazoi and the detective, which will be interesting. But there was this whole thing that happened, I want to say like 2 days ago. Well, I want to say it was about 2 days ago. I could be wrong, but they released a whole teaser regarding all of the Fatui Harbingers. Like, we finally got a good look at pretty much all of them. I believe we know their names now, but we just don't know like all their numbers or like who they are exactly. Like, we just know their titles, I think is what it was. There is, let me just double check before I say anything. There is the number 1 dude who is named the Jester. We have heard about before. However, there's very interesting stuff that's being speculated about that person. I've seen it a lot on Twitter. It's all pure speculation, so we can't really say for certain, but interesting stuff, all things considered. I'll definitely say that it's a lot of interesting stuff. But something that also was shown, I'm gonna... Oh, yeah, I finished that event, by the way, in case anyone's like, wait, did you do all this stuff? Yes, it did. But there is number 9, which is Regrator. And hey, what up, Bossy? How's it going? I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. Regrator piqued my interest when it was sent to me. When the picture of Regrator is sent to me and everything, I thought, honest to God, I thought that somebody sent me a Photoshop. Shit you not. I thought somebody sent me a Photoshop of Baiju from the doctor that we just pretty much saw. I was convinced that they just sent me a Photoshop of Baiju. If you put the two characters next to each other, I just realized that okay, hold on. Elgato is starting to lag. Let me refresh this. If if you look at a picture of Regrator, like you'd have to be like, you'd have to do some serious convincing to tell me that that is not Dr. Baiju, or somebody at least related to Baiju. And based on the fact that this person's supposed to be extremely wealthy and like is supposed to be somebody who is like seeking wealth, which is pretty much Dr. Baiju exactly, I would wager a guess. I really would wager a guess that Dr. Baiju and Regrator may be the same person. It's possible, but we don't really know for sure what it would be. I would not be surprised. I have not looked at any of the other characters though. So in case anyone's like, oh, haven't you seen this character? Oh, didn't you see this person who was talked about? I've not seen any others. I've only seen the Jester. Yeah. But here's the thing, even though Dr. Baiju is looking for immortality, that doesn't mean that Regrator is also looking for immortality. It is very, very possible that they are one and the same. I would not be surprised. Because it's possible that Regrator is looking for the same thing that Baiju is. But Regrator has it worded different. Also, for some reason, I don't know what's going on with my Elgato, but like, it's not stuttering anymore, but now there's like a delay between what you guys see and if I'm talking about something. So I apologize. I've been trying to like reset it, but. Ask who you are, Abolica, never heard such a name, come outside. You shouldn't have been able, Thunderburns are gone. Her husband, I don't remember his face, we were still young back then. He left me, built himself a wood raft, tried to sail the seas. I'm saying this ever since when I never gave up, the priest's child. This is for a quest that I don't really, like, I'm not super... How do I tell him this? Later my child had children also, and I sent my children aboard the silver boats. As I attach my worries, I suppose they must just be Keto and Kino. And I got one more day to do that. You know what? While we're at it, let's do... Let's see if we can kind of get a lot of this stuff done. I'm gonna just do a bunch of quests right now. I got time. Not too much I gotta really worry about. But yeah, we'll see kind of how this all goes. I'm interested to see what more is gonna happen. 2.8 is going to be the last update before yeah, just keep in mind that 2.8 is going to be the last update before the Sumeru expansion, 3.0. So I am going to be probably doing a big focus on Genshin in a little while. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm going to be very much focusing on this. There you go. Got it. That's gonna be underground. Underground all over. Cool. All the new for tomorrow. So nice. Please watch the video when you get a chance. Here's the thing. I don't want to like spoil myself or like have a risk of spoiling. Like I don't want to see anything until it actually shows up. But I will. I do want to say I do want to go through at some point and on stream. Just watch all of the trailers, like all in one fell swoop. When we get a chance, like when we know things. Here's your ring, by the way, buddy. Thank you so much. Please take these as your reward. It isn't much, but please don't feel offended. I'll compose verses teacher. What are you looking for? Hello, Volca. How have things been? Pretty good. You feeling better? Thanks for your concern. I'm quite fine now. Thanks. I'm sorry for causing trouble before. Come on, G-Kong, just stop running around everywhere already, or you end up like you did last time. Alright, I won't. Thanks to your efforts, the chasm has become a lot safer. The geological peculiarities here have also well stabilized a fair bit. However, Jinwoo and Godive still need to conduct further analysis on that mysterious crystal's wavelength. And Godive called it? I guess it's just some sort of weird Sumeru jargon. Whatever the case, we need to plant some beacons and get some of that data. Jinwoo finally found the time to put those beacons together. I need to put them down in a few specific locations to get the data we need. After a while, we can go and collect them, and Godiva will then sift through the data obtained. Previously, there were too many hazardous areas for us to do anything but perform data analysis from our campsite. Now that you cleared much of the way for us, we can use the beacons to get more accurate data. Well, having something to do is better than having nothing on your plate. Alright, do you mind coming free? Lead the way. Alright then, let's go. Yeah, I will check it out in the future, though, Blossie. Like, trust me, I will check it out at some point. Just not yet. Hello, friend.
Gather!
Rain outlines your fate.
Witness my great undertaking!
Higher, higher, pants on fire! Ha! Ja! Z! Ra! Ja! Z! Z! Yeah! Ra!
Man, her charge attack is insane. Hold up. I just realized, Tutao, what's your charge attack? 214? 25 stamina? That's insane. Sorry, that like just dawned on me how insane that is. Or this is up here, isn't it? Yes. But yeah, let's talk Genshin stuff though after we just finished Yelan's quest, which Blossie, unfortunately you missed me completing Yelan's quest. Not here, Razor. Also Hutao. Exactly. Listen, we love Hutao. It's so unusual to not hear Razor. So let's talk about this this game and stuff that's been going on. So there's a Pokemon RC stream that we talked about things about like me sleeping, and I thought I found the solution and I thought I fixed it all and everything and thought things were going great, and unfortunately I've been still having sleeping troubles, but I'm trying something new to keep myself awake. Should be hopefully pretty good, all things considered. So hopefully that's, you know, good sign. But that being said, I've been very much neglecting a lot of games that I need to get to, and been neglecting just a lot of stuff. So I'm hoping that tonight we're actually going to be getting through a lot of stuff. I'm excited. Like, y'all don't even know.
Order guide you.
Burst forth! Ha!
Witness the power of Guwa.
Man, the fact that we kill these guys so fast is insane. Kind of crazy. So tonight is actually interesting. So here's the plan for today was originally Murder by Numbers and then Genshin. However, there's reasons why we're doing Genshin tonight and not Murder by Numbers. And that is purely because my schedule for working. If I was going to be working tomorrow night, I would have played Murder by Numbers because I would have had enough time to get through it and then also do Genshin. Today I had to choose one or the other, and I wanted to choose Genshin because this is probably going to be the last stream of Genshin before 2.8 drops. So I figured I wanted to spend quite a bit of time just getting stuff done. But thanks for your help. Please take this look. The various geological anomalies have mostly stopped lately, which means that I just need to make some small amendments to my maps. Thank you for your adventures. Work has become a lot easier. When we keep it on longer, we need to best continue adventure. But yeah, there's still a lot of stuff I still need to do in this game that I'm very far behind on, but we're gonna try to get as much of it done. I actually am gonna try to go all the way until 1 o'clock my time, so I got an hour and a half to still do whatever I want, and should be good. And then I'm gonna try to get everything else done that I need to do for this insane week. And yes, there are going to be a lot of insane stuff happening this week, which I hope y'all are excited for. gonna be a good time. A lot of streaming stuff. But yeah, at 1 o'clock today, though, we'll be ending the stream, and then I actually, believe it or not, we are actually going to be getting some VODs up. So that's going to be fun. Hello, this person. We talked to you like once ages ago. Expect you can. Please take a seat. Let me see what's left. Black tea is out, sugar out too. Alright, here's some milk. Turned sour. Gotta throw it away later. My apologies. There's plenty of firewater, plus some hardtack and sour jam to go with it. Enough for a tea party. Oh, do you people really consider firewater to be a standard tea party thing? Yep, what's the problem with it? Oh, we're not here for a tea party. I know. Don't get so serious. What you up to? Sharing food and intel at the right moment is conductive to silencing a curious mouth. That's what a handbook says. Well, where's the intel? Oh, I just shared it. Huh? Did you tell us anything? Fatui Advanced Team Handbook, Appendix 44, Article 32. Sharing food and intel at the right moment is conductive to silencing a curious mouth. You're welcome. Save my life in return, I divulge classified content from our handbook. How's that for sincerity? What's the use of that? Yeah, jokes aside, actually, I'm very grateful for your help, but my kind gesture doesn't mean anything else. What's with what you people have done? Paimon finds it hard to believe in your kind gesture. What are you up to, really? No surprise that outsiders fail to understand the cause of the Fatui, but when we aren't talking about what we pursue or which side we are on, we're just a bunch of ordinary people. Besides, all our agendas and deeds are just preparatory work for the final battle. The final battle? Yes, in the end, all of us shall face a common enemy in the inescapable long night. Everyone's desire has been thusly warned. Every drop of tears and blood of mankind shed for the sake of this cruel world, they shall not be shed in vain. Let's have a toast, no? I'll just shoot myself. Is that how you justify the evil you've done? Maybe you're right. I don't know, nor do I care to know. You want an explanation, and I gave you one. You're free to not find it to your liking. That's all. Ah, where did all the deep stuff suddenly come from? By the way, I've introduced myself, but I don't know your name yet. Polika. Paimon's Paimon. Oh, your names. And we're pretty well known all over Teyvat, aren't we? Sorry, I've never heard of you. Either of you, actually. What? Please don't take it the wrong way. I was sent down here a long time ago. I barely know anything about what's happening on the surface, save for the news we get through our supply lines. And doesn't that mean that your supply lines long been cut off? Tea party's over. I need to get some rest. Excuse me. Hey, we haven't even started eating yet. Leave already. Didn't you just frown upon my firewater? It's because Paimon didn't think it was drinkable at all. We'll have different food preferences, you know. By the way, Volika, please wait. It's nothing. I'm just thinking that if it were you, please come back another day if you don't find it too troublesome. Okay. Do I get another quest? I talk to you again? Okay. Now, when you say another day, could I just do this? I'm just curious. No. It actually has to be a real day. Okay, interesting. We'll worry about that later. Company vanishing into the deep. So this is the other Fatui one where there's some Fatui people who were trying to mine stuff and didn't really go too well for them now, did it? Also, if I see any chests, I probably want to go for them. Though in all honesty, I think most of the chests are actually outside that I'm looking for. That's okay. Looks like there's no one here anymore. Lost document. Emergency announcement from the Secretary of Using Terrorists. The malignant and destructive incident recently occurring at the Jade Chamber has proven that the Fatui are very dangerous and untrustworthy. The collaboration agreement which Snezai has been nullified. The Liwa Chising will take over the exploration of the chasm. The Millith shall not make contact with any member of the Fatui. Violation of this rule would result in immediate arrest without clemency. Okay. Hello. This is not gonna work out well for you, buddy.
Stabilize. Huh? Come into be. Feel this ancient power.
Hello. That's one down. Where's the other boy? Hello.
Stabilize.
And this guy's gonna die very quickly. Donbo's note. So we found a note. Now we gotta give it to the Fatui that are stuck in their weird little area. What does Yambo's note even say? Dear Anton Melikanov, Sorry that due to the sudden turn of events, the supply station has been shut down. Our previous plan to drink firewater together upon your return seems impossible now. I'll have some food here in secret. It should be enough in the short run. Take as much as you need. Sorry as your friend, I can't do much more than this. The next time we meet, we shall be enemies. Although I'm aware that you and your mission have nothing to do with what happened on the ground, please understand that we can never forgive such a blatant act of invasion. Just as you fight for the Sarita Snezaya as one of the Millelith, I must protect our homeland. We each have our responsibilities to shoulder for what we choose. Oh, so Yanbo's a Millelith boyo, eh? Millelith boyo, eh? I see. Oh yeah. All those Fatui people. And I think they're either all insane or like mostly insane. So, you're back. How is it? Any news from the station? It's been abandoned. That's so, then did you find anything? You're no longer welcome in Liwa Harbor, I fear. And then this, do you have any other news? Oh, here's a letter we found. Seems it's for you. Here you are. To each soldiers, read the letter. That's from Yanbo, I got it. What happened? The Millelith are gone too? Let me read it. What's with them? We're fighting for them, aren't we allies? They're no allies anymore, no more collaboration. To be precise, the Fatui no longer in collaborative relationship with Liwa. This is betrayal. The people of Liwa has betrayed us. Maybe it's the other way around in their eyes. Perhaps they think that we, the Fatui, have betrayed them. This can't be. We came here to protect the people of Liwa. Don't you remember what the captain said before departure? This expedition has nothing to do with conspiracies or schemes. That couldn't prevent conspiracies and schemes from coming up to us, could it? This isn't something we have control over, Danila. Okay, I see. I've decided we need to retreat. The quicker, the better. It's alright. I'll take full responsibility. If there's any deserter among us, if any deserter shall bring dishonor to the Ninth Company, that's me and only me. Danila's right. We're here to protect the people of Liwa from the calamity of the darkness. We can't leave like this. You think this is the right time to worry about your personal honor, America? Can't you see it? Can't you see that the people of Liwa neither need our protection nor even want us here? They even defeated our comrades, who thought of themselves as heroes. Yeah, you betrayed the trust of the people of Liwa. To retreat, and preferably in silence, without alerting the local military. Captain said that we should be ready to give our lives here. He also said that we wouldn't let anyone die in vain. That he didn't want the whole company to be buried here. At least we're still alive. At least not all of the Ninth Company are gone. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Okay, any more questions? I don't want to hear any objectives. You're now dismissed. Whatever the case, Vilica, thank you for helping out. Take us more on these supplies. Aww. Man, these Fatui have been down here for so long that they don't realize how fucked everything is. Wow. I also need archaic stones. I guess I can give them to this dude. Everyone's looking for archaic stones for some reason, so. Hello, Munich. What's up? Have you found the archaic stones? Here they are. I got 3 of them for you. They're indeed archaic stones. You have my thanks. I was right to come to you. I bet it would have taken much longer if it had been the Adventurers Guild. And who knows? Perhaps the Adventurers Guild might even send us the commission. It's quite likely. Adventurers, whom I used to be envious of them, the way they ventured to high mountains, deep dungeons. They seemed to be nowhere they dared not go. I'm quite the opposite, though. I've been working here for years, but haven't once visited Cinnabar Cliff at the very top of the chasm. What, you haven't been there even once? Well, Cinnabar Cliff is one of those famous tourist spots that locals seldom go to. Maybe it's so close that I always think they could visit it later when I got the time. Well, I never got time. Why do we go now? It's important to act spontaneously. I think I'll pass. I'm still in the middle of something. What's more, such errand running is best left to adventurers. Dangerous places are their bread and butter, after all. I'd probably get injured if I didn't do the same. That's something I like to avoid. Makes sense. Getting injured could be a big deal. If I'm injured, no one's going to supervise the exploration team down there and ensure the safety of the miners. Should anything happen, it will escalate into a grievous matter. That's what you're worried about? I thought you were just scared of getting injured. The formidably high cliffs near the chasm, the bottomless caves, and the ancient battlefield left behind by Rex Lapis are all full of danger. I don't have the slightest interest in venturing into those places. The rewards for the 3 archaic stones. Husian Hall wants quite a lot for them, so bring me more if you can find any. Of course, there'll be rewards for those too. Just remember to come meet me once you find more archaic stones. Sure. So this is like a... I guess this is a way to make Mora? Yeah. But like, there's no reason for it. Like, there really isn't. Okay. We got another quest. Just gonna try to do all the quests that I have. We've had these quests for ages and I've just never done them. because I've never thought to do them. But we can get them done, and then maybe we can do some achievement hunting stuff. Which, by the way, for anyone who's astute, you may see that I have an achievement done. And that achievement is quite interesting, but I'll show it off later. Hello. Just my luck, I'm not gonna tell any more stories today, not today, I swear. What's going on? This tiny little stage is really annoying me. It's been poorly maintained for decades. It squeaks at the lightest touch. A long total bars fan error, it needs to be replaced, but he always would brush me off, saying that he couldn't find a good carpenter to do the job. Today, when I was telling the story of the Wrath of Hassan, it would make the infernal squeak with every pose it would strike. Nothing could have killed the mood more effectively. Everyone present burst out laughing, and some even made fun of me for it. I'm fed up with it. I must bring a good carpenter to see Fenair. Then we'll see what other excuses you can come up with this time. You're from the Adventurers Guild, right? Can I directly ask you to find a carpenter for me? My bad, you don't look like you're from around here. How can I expect you to know where to find good carpenters? Well then, how about you go to Chinksa Village and look for Master Lu at Fanmu Carpenters? He's known for good skills. Please ask him if he's willing to help. You can send an apprentice if he's not available. Any carpenter from Fanmu Carpenters can manage the job, and if they build it right, it means we can finally have a befitting stain for Mission. I'm such a genius. With this reasoning that I come up with, I don't see how Eric could say no again this time. Just rest assured, as long as you bring the carpenter here, it would be painful. Sure. Be counting on you. I'm at the tea house every day. Come and find me when you found our carpenter. Okay. Chinksa Village. So let's show off that achievement. The achievement that we got is Melting Away. Defeat a Cryo Citizen Mage while all of our Cryo Citizens are currently active. An achievement we've technically done a ridiculous amount of times, and it never procced, and I finally got it to proc today because Hu Tao's damage is just ridiculous. So ridiculous.
With the wind.
What's there, young lady? Would you like to sit down and have a cup of tea? Mr. Liu, there's something I gotta talk to you about. Oh, it's not difficult to build a new stage, but I'm afraid I can't help. Liwa Harbor is too far away. No one will be taking care of Funmu Carpenters if I go. What's more, I'm too old to travel this far. It'll take a toll on my fragile bones. Well, I won't bother Funmu Carpenters. Hang on a second. Since you traveled all the way here, why not recommend someone capable of doing you? Though he's not yet my apprentice, I've been considering the possibility of accepting him. Master Liu, I'm almost done with the 4-chair set the village had wanted, but I ran out of wood for the last chair. Dayu, thank you for helping out with the village. Look at the devil, I was about to say that Dayu can handle your request as well. You have a job for me? But I'm not yet Mr. Liu's apprentice, so I can't represent Fanmu Carpenters. Calm down there. They came from Liwa Harbor and want us to build a new stage for Heiyu Tea House. Oh, you want us to build a stage? Us means me and Master Liu. Did you hear that, Granny Rusin? Yes, I did. Master Liu, Dayu really wants to be your apprentice. He only follows you around at Fanmu Carpenters when there are so many other choices. He's a diligent and kind boy. It's time he gave the nod. Got it, got it. I already asked him to take jobs on my behalf. I think I made myself quite. Thank you, Master. Dayu, the first job I'm going to officially send you is to build a stage for Heiyu Tea House. Do your best to make me proud. Piece of cake. I work for the carpenter who built the stage for the Jade Chamber. You're so proud yet. The stage of Heiyu Tea House has lasted for decades. You gotta build a sturdy one for them too. Oh, so this is all for Airy Tea House? How has he managed to never replace this tiny stage for so long? Take the job. Let me finish the last chair in the set and I'll come with you. I'm sorry that you have to wait a bit. I need 3 pieces of pine wood for the last chair. I'm gonna collect some. We'll have to wait a bit. Well, if you don't want to wait, then you have to magically procure 3 pieces of pine wood right here, right now. Got it. So you really can do that. Can I trouble you to bring me 1 red dye? Oh, wait a minute. Don't get so worked up. A great person like you must have a greater heart. I think I do have red dye, actually. Yeah, I was about to say I have a lot of it. I've been collecting things. Here they are. Making the chair. Let's go. Last chair's finished. Here you go, Granny Ruction. Now time to head to the tea house. Take care, Master. I'll be back in a few days. Alright, be safe. Well then, if I leave now, I'll reach Liwa Harbor by tomorrow evening. See you at the Heiyu Tea House then. Okay. Till the following day, but I'm gonna probably need to be at the tea house anyway. So right there, that works. Also just double checking. So we did Melting Away. Tea house. time is it right now? It's almost midnight. So, kind of take a gander, see what we can do. Hello, friends. What do you mean? Don't tell me that you're still arguing amongst yourselves. Oh, I get it. Mr. Lusu wants to build a new stage, but he doesn't get to make the call here. Banner, who is actually in charge, isn't keen on building something new. Fine. Just let me know when you two have things sorted out. I just had a tiring trip and would like to get some rest while waiting. Ah, this is just great. So our trip is a waste? Be patient. Let me try talking to him again. Ari, if you don't want to spend a small sum of money on the stage, you'll lose a big fortune in the future. Just think about it. Every time Miss Yoon gives her marvelous spear flourish performance, the audience will hear the squeak of the stage before they even get to applaud. Isn't that simply embarrassing? The Yunhan Opera Troupe isn't obliged to perform at our tea house. They could go somewhere else if they're displeased. That would be a huge loss on our side. Miss Yoon is your friend. She would never do that to me. You're quite an optimist, aren't you? But I heard that many people have chosen to go to third round knockout instead of our tea house lately. Iron Tongue Tien has gotten even more popular than me. You try to be a little more realistic? With all the money Miss Yoon has earned for the tea house, don't tell me that you can't even afford to build a new stage. Someone just called my name? Oh, it's you, Mr. Lusu. You look angry. What happened? Tunjin! What up? Long time no see. It's nothing. I'm not angry, actually. Well, are you here to perform today? I'm just here to have some tea and pay you an area visit. Ah, if it isn't Volika. Hey, what a surprise. Say it's fate, and I'm not at all surprised. Miss Yoon certainly knows the art of conversation. Come, friends, I have some newly made tea from Ukrainian village. Let's brew a pot. Harry, when I was downstairs, I heard that you were going to rebuild the stage, so this day has finally come? And this will need a bit more consideration. Oh, a bit more consideration. Speaking of which, do you know who I visited in Chingsa village today? You just directly tell me that you went to see Ruxin again. Good guess. Granny Ruxin was asking about Heyu Tea House. I told her that everything was the same as when she was young. Then she said... What did she say? Oops, I forgot what she said. She seemed to have a good memory, but why does it have to fail in this particular day with something so important? Forget it. She'll be happy with things remaining as they were. Young people are always after new things and have little respect for the past. All you know is forcing me to rebuild the stage. The more I explain, the more you find me annoying. Please don't get mad, Ari. Let's have tea. I shall brew some. Volika and Mr. Lee Su, could I trouble you to bring me some tea? I think I have tea on me. I'm pretty sure I have tea. Miss Yoon, I was wondering why Ari was refused to build a new stage despite all of its benefits. Now I see why. Thanks to your clever visit topic. I understand his nostalgia. Yes, I really do, but I didn't expect him to have held on to that for decades. I know the reason behind it. Don't get it. It's an old story, but since you're involved, I guess it won't hurt to tell you. Ben Ari used to be an opera singer when he was young, and he often performed together with Granny Ruxin. They would usually play a couple. Perhaps Ari wanted it to be real. Granny Ruxin had feelings for someone else. Later, she grew tired of stage performance and then decided to go to Chingsa village with the one she loved. That person didn't make it to Chingsa village with Granny Ruxin, leaving her to live alone in the village ever since. Knowing that I often visit her, Ari would ask me about her from time to time. I can tell that he still cares for Granny Ruxin. He seems the stage as a symbol of their past and thus doesn't want to tear it down. Since the stage means so much to Ari, he's not going to let us build a new one. Guess all our efforts are wasted. Not necessarily the case. I've been waiting to change his mind. Give me some time, Mr. Lucin. Really? As long as the stage gets repaired, I'll be in your debt, Miss Yoon. Won't ask for too much. Please tell Ring of Raining Blades to its very end. Volika, join me if you want. Sure. Our tea house has collaborated with the Yunhan Opera Troupe for decades. Miss Yoon would naturally feel more approachable around us. No problem. I'll make some time and tell the story just for you. Alright, now that we've finished the tea, it's time to talk to Ari. So much talking. Hello. Ari, when we were drinking tea, I suddenly remembered what Granny Ruxin told me. Well, what did she say? She said Ari always loves to make things difficult for himself. I feel sad about it. She truly understands me. But it seems that she doesn't miss the old stage. I'm the only person who can't let go. What a fool was I to be so obsessed with this stage. Alright, you can rebuild it as you want. Touching thinking I've kept that stage for so many years. I don't find it foolish at all. Please don't think of it that way. The stage must be rebuilt, but we mustn't damage what Ari wants to preserve in memory. So you finally made your decision? Great. Start working right away. Here, take a look at my blueprint. The grand stage of the Jade Chamber was built based on it. According to this design, we need to tear down the walls of the two sides and... Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay. That thing needs to go away. There. I think we need to repair the stage instead of building something entirely new. Since the problem is caused by the squeaky wood floor, why don't we repair the floor first? As for the rest, we can talk about it later. What do you think, Mr. Lusu? As long as the stage won't affect performance, I have no objections to Miss Yoon or Ari's arrangements. Is that all you want? So you don't need me to build a new stage? I agree, Miss Yoon's idea is a good one. As it happens, we don't need to buy the planks. We can find some at the docks. May I trouble you to bring me the planks? Look, I'll pay you for everything in full later. Works for me! And then leave everything to me. Poor Dayu. Dayu's like, I wanted to do my first grand opening. I wanted to plan this out from the very beginning. I knew how it was gonna all work out. Meanwhile, we're actually just gonna rebuild everything. Everything's gonna be just fine. It's easier if I just do this. Look at all of them. I'm surprised that that stab does so much damage. It's also Monday, which means I literally have no reason to go into any of the domains right now. I do need to get new artifacts for everybody, but that'll be later. These planks will do. We'll start right away. Rebuild the stage. Nice, the stage has been repaired. Nothing seems to have changed at all. Young man, since you traveled all the way from Chinksa Village to here, how much should I pay you? I thought it'd be a big job, yet I only had to repair a few planks. That wasn't much trouble. I'm new in this line of jobs, so I wouldn't ask for too much. 2 meals worth of Mora would do. That makes 8,000 total. Fair price, good, but I can only afford 2,000 Mora. What? Why don't you just ask me to do it for free? Zeri for you. He's a 50-50 principal, you know. Well, it means 50% off first, then 50% off again, making it 75% off in total. It's rather, economical. Oh my, your boss is really stingy. I only repaired a few planks, so only offer 2,000, not a single Mora more. Just have to take it since it's my first commission. Remember to put in a good word for Fonmu Carpenters with your audience. You can count on me. My young friend here, thanks to you too. You'll be handsomely paid. How about this blueprint? Look at all the details. Must be worth a fortune. Didn't you, indeed? To run a tea house, have to pinch pennies here and there. Miss Yoon, you solved the problem for me on your visit. How should I thank you? Don't be necessary. I'm glad I was there to help. I've wanted to invite Xingyan to go to a rock and roll performance. Oh, you need me to do some explaining for you while you go to the show, right? Don't say that. I just haven't seen my friend Xingyan for some time. And miss her very much, that's all. If the people from Yoon Han Opera Troupe ask about my work products, please. Got it. I have the answer ready. Oh, you're asking about Miss Yoon? She came to visit Xingyan. They did embroidery together. So I'm gonna tell them. You like this one? Yes, I do. It's decided then. Isn't Xingyan from Sumeru? Hold on. Blossie's favorite character. Are you from Sumeru? I don't remember where you're from. Oh, and Fontaine. She's from Fontaine, which we have not heard about in probably ages, honestly. I feel like it's been literal ages since we've heard about Fontaine. That's fine. And then now we could do this one. Because this guy's rebuilding the house. Hello. This is turning into quite the project. Really fixing this place, huh? It's you. I mean, I did say that I was an upstanding citizen now, didn't I? I must say, though, it's a much bigger project than I originally thought. The designer I brought in to plan the new temple got really fired up the moment I told him that this was Yaksha's temple. Not only did he drop a sheet after sheet of plans, he even dragged me off to buy materials. If he was a few decades younger, I bet he'd insist on working on this himself. I haven't encountered any danger, have you? Danger? You mean monsters and treasure hoarders? Needn't worry. Once I got wind that I was repairing a Yaksha's temple, the Ministry of Civil Affairs assigned some Millif to help with security. They more or less chased all the nearby monsters away. As for the treasure hoarders, they seem to be lying low now that the Millith are here. However, the volume of work required to fix this temple has really exceeded my expectations. Turns out we didn't prepare enough material, so we have to order in more supplies in the city. While those treasure hoarders probably wouldn't make a move at the worksite itself, they must lie in ambush along the delivery route to steal the materials along the way. The Millith can hold the worksite, no problem, but if the delivery gets attacked by treasure hoarders, there's no way they would be able to respond in time. Can I ask you for a favor from you? I know how skilled you are. Those treasure hoarders are definitely no match for you. Could you go and teach them a lesson and dissuade them from disrupting our work? I'll do it. Thank you so much. Time to fuck up some treasure hoarders. Punching them in the dick. No one likes the treasure hoarders.
Stabilize. I will have order.
I will have
Ray
order.
outlines your...
Look at that. Such a fucking strong character. Holy shit. Stop, we lost. Please spare us. Pack it up and get you going. Yes, but dare I ask what we've done to offend you? You find some treasure in this area by any chance? We're building a temple nearby. We're building a temple in the middle of these mountains? We relate the story of the temple restoration project. There's a temple commemorating an Adeptus here? Wait a minute, could it be that old house? Boss, we did see a statue of a bird while we were resting there previously. That must have been that's Pervasis, one of the Yakshas. Huh? Boss, did we really offend an Adeptus? Stop talking nonsense, we didn't know, so that didn't count. It was ignorance. I don't think the Adeptus would judge us, right? Anyway, thank you for telling us that the reparations being done to the temple. We apologize for our previous ignorance and rudeness. We'll go back and tell the others to give the temple a wider berth. Boss, should we go there and light a few sticks of incense to apologize to the Adeptus? Hey, when do you become such a talker? Come on, let's go. Yeah, that's right. You should apologize to Pervasis. That means we've actually met like 3 Yakshas technically, right? Because there's Zhao, the one dude from the event. No, this one. Oh, there. Were there any treasure orders about? Yeah, they'll come here in a bit though. Oh, so I left. That's good. Is there anything else I can help you with? And thank you for your kindness, but you've already helped me so much. It wouldn't be right. If you're willing, it would help if you could find us some sandbear or wood. You can consider it your official contribution to the repair work. Good deed after all. Though personal participation might bring you some good fortune. Sure. Just bring that sandbear wood you find straight back. I don't know if I have any. 12. Okay. Is this sandbear wood? This is the question. Yes. Hello, I found sandbearer wood. Crazy, I know. Alright, I'll take the sandbearer wood timber. Temple will take a while more to repair, so I'll remain here for the time being. If you have time, you can come by and check on things. Got away today. Alright. Well, we still gotta wait quite a bit. But hey, let's turn in some quests while we're at it. Look at that, though. 4 quests left. It's not really 4. There's still a lot more, but at least we're making some dents in some stuff. Hello, I would like to turn in my quests. Cliffside Heroes. So these 2 are connected, and then Hereafter Return to the Mountains is gonna unlock tomorrow. So we should be pretty darn good. Is there really anything else I want to do right now? What's our mail looking like? Oh, Barbara, have you ever hit a plateau? Recently, I often felt like I can't improve anymore. I don't think I'm making progress at all, whether it's my work at the church or the songs I practice every day. Though I can still help people around me. I understand it can't be like this anymore, and I have to improve. I went to my sister for advice, and she said what she has done is so far as to persevere. Don't be in a hurry to grow. Growth is kind of accumulation. Stick to what you've been doing, and the rest will follow. I believe what my sister said, so I'd like to share the secret tip with you, traveler. May your journey be accompanied by songs and happiness. Thanks. And nice. $608. I think we're actually catching up. Nope. We still are 46 achievements away from Lynx, but that's fine. There's really not much else that I really feel like doing right now. Genshin's weird because as much as I love playing this game and as much as like I want to get all this stuff done, I really can only play this game for like 2 to 3 hours tops. Just because like there's so much to do and like it's good to just chip away at it every little bit. But I'm gonna start like making a full list of things that I need to get done. That is that is the goal. So all I wanted to do was Yelan's story quest. That is literally it. So the fact that we got a lot of quests done alongside it is pretty darn good. I could do some more achievements and everything, but it's honestly, I can still hold off on it. Once again, we have a lot of time. But the next time you guys will see Genshin will be when 2.8 comes out. So let me talk about what is going to be happening in the meantime on Genshin Impact off stream before that. Currently, the new team that we are going to be running, and this is going to be our Sumeru new team for right now, is Hu Tao, Xingqiu, Albedo, and Zhongli. I'm really just going to be focusing on these 4 just to get them all to level 9 in talents, which Hu Tao is very close. Xingqiu is not, but actually I think you use the same things as Hu Tao, right? Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and yours is Wednesday, Saturday. Oh no, yours is different. I guess never did anything there. But yeah, Xingqiu is still being worked on, Albedo is still being worked on, and Zhongli is good. But I do also need artifacts for them as well. And I've been trying to kind of, like, figure out how I want to go about all of this stuff. And I think there's a ranking system for Genshin as to what you should get at any specific points, I think is the real best way to put it. You focus on weapon first, followed by artifacts, followed by talents. They're all very important altogether, but just in the way of grinding stuff out, weapon, artifacts, talents is really the way to go. Currently, as far as artifacts go, there's only one artifact that actually fits a character, and that's Hu Tao's goblet. And I do have that as part of my Excel spreadsheet. I do have a spreadsheet that lists ideal builds because I'm not good at coming up with them myself. So, yeah, Hu Tao has a pyro damage goblet that actually has good stats. Everything else is not ideal. So, what's ultimately going to be the plan? For 2.8, my goal before 3.0 drops is going to be getting Hu Tao, Xingqiu, Albedo, and Zhongli maxed out. So all level 9. I don't want to do 10 yet because 10's a pretty big investment, especially since there's only a limited number of crowns. But I do want to get them to level 9, and I want to get them their best artifacts. After that, they're going to be a core team when it comes to grinding and comes to getting stuff taken care of. That's why we have our first build of this. However, this will not be the last. I did talk about some of the characters that I do want to make a team around that I think would be fun and enjoyable, and they're just characters that I like. Problem is, I don't know how worthwhile the teams are and how, if like they're really good, if they're bad, so on and so forth. I do currently want to have a team for Shenhe, and I do want to have a team for Kuki Shinobu. I think that would be enjoyable because I just like both of those characters. However, they did release a few teasers of some of the characters in Sumeru. I think there are 3. Let me just... I'm gonna go to Twitter real quick just to double check. I'm kind of, once again, I'm just kind of skipping through other stuff. So Hoyoverse has shown off it looks like an Electro character named Dory, a Dendro character named Kale, and it looks like another Dendro character named Tignari. Those, I believe, are the first 3 characters that they're coming out with for Sumeru. And then we have Shikazoin, who is coming out for 2.8. The only character, just based off of their looks alone, that I might make a team around would be Kale. She looks to be a Dendro archer and seems pretty cool, but we'll have to really kind of wait and see for the most part. So I can't really say anything about making like a Sumeru character build, but I do want to make here's the ultimate goal for those who are curious. The ultimate goal is I want to get every single character a team that can actually be used. And the way I'm going about this is once a team has all level 9 talents, has a good weapon for each character, and has some of their like not like it can't be best but like nearly best in slot items for artifacts, we're going to be using that team for, and I'm putting this as like a sticking point, will be used on stream for 10 streams after they're maxed. After they're maxed, we move on to the next team and focus on them. Now, does that include what we're doing right now? Like right now, we have Hu Tao, Xingqiu, Albedo, and Zhongli, and they've been used for a lot more than 10 streams, I believe, currently. No, these ones don't count until they get that max. So that's why, you know, you will see these teams for long periods of time. That's the plan, and I'm going to be sticking to that as kind of like our end game for this. Now, there is something else to bring up. Friendship levels. Currently, Yelan is at 9. I think Kuki Shinobu is at 6. Yes, 6. Shikazoin is coming out. Shikazoin is going to be a 0, starting at 0. And then with the 3 new Sumeru characters when 3.0 comes out, they're going to be at 0. So what does that all mean? There is going to be a team that's dedicated to friendship. However, we have an issue when it comes to that. And this issue is kind of bad for reference's sake. But I do want to talk about it. This is why we're doing our big ol' casual walkthrough as I talk about this stuff. There's about to be 3 characters being released from what it seems like back to back to back to back, back to back to back for Sumeru. Which means Yelan should be maxed out friendship by the time, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on with Elgato. I'm starting to stutter, but I think we're fine now. Yelan and Kuki Shinobu should be maxed out by the time the Sumeru characters come out. Shikazoin, under normal circumstances, should not. In fact, it would be very surprising if Shikazoin... Is it Shikazoin or Shikanoin? You should probably have some voice lines regarding him, right? Nope. You. Nope. You? Shikanoin, sorry. I keep saying Shikazoin. It's Shikanoin. My plan is before 3.0, I want to make sure that all characters that are pre 3.0 are at level 10 friendship. That means that I will be spending time going through all of the fragile resin to get to said point. I've said this before, but I'll say it again on stream. There's really little point to fragile resin right now. There really is very little reason to use fragile resin or like hold on to it, because I'm level 60. It does not look like they're going to be increasing the AR cap for quite some time. So, but I'm not going to do anything crazy until we get closer to 3.0 when they announce new stuff, because it's an expansion. Since it's an expansion, they could be upping the AR to say 70 or something. You just don't know. So due to that, I'm going to be holding off on using the fragile resin, but when we get closer to 3.0, we're going to be maybe going all in to just level up Shikanoin. That way, when all 3 characters come out, we can just easily level up their friendship and just move up from there. Shouldn't be too crazy. And then that way I can also make sure we start focusing on quite a lot of the teams. So we should be pretty good overall. Other than that, there's still achievements I need to do, which I'm going to do my best to try to get a lot of achievements before 3.0 drops. I want to try to break at least 600 achievements before then. But it's very much up in the air on if we actually will get it or not. I think we definitely can get... We can get it, but it's going to take a lot of time. Like, a lot of time. Most of them are going to be from Hangout events, and I do want to do all of the Hangout events I've not done before 3.0 comes out, so we'll be kind of mixing in the event stuff for 2.8 with Hangout events and go from there. Other than that, there really is not much else to talk about with this game. It's so fun, but I find myself only being able to play this game for about 2.5 hours to 3 hours at a time. So let's talk about what's going on tomorrow and just kind of streams for this week, just for those who are curious, who are not on Discord, or just, you know, like I said, overall curious. This entire week we start doing official VOD uploads. There'll be 9 VODs at the end after this stream. There'll be 9 VODs on the VOD channel that will be uploaded. And we're going to be going through every day, uploading 9 VODs. There will not be thumbnails at this time, just because I'm trying to go through them quick to get them up, and then when I finally get caught up, I will start working on thumbnails for all. That being said, a few questions that probably might come up, and that have actually already come up, but discuss them. Why 9 and not 10 VODs coming? Reason for that is because due to the VOD account still being, you know, new and having few subscribers and everything, I cannot upload more than 10 videos per day on YouTube. Excuse me. On YouTube, I can't upload more than 10 per day. So if I do 9, if I at least make 9 public, that gives me at least one to, that at least gives me one increase when I finally upload. Should be, it shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't be too hard. And we should be getting caught up really fast. Hey, what up, Acrylic? How's it going? But yeah, so VODs will be up, and then tomorrow, since I work morning instead of night, we're gonna be doing. We're actually gonna be getting a lot more done than I thought. Where we're gonna be getting Murder by Numbers hopefully done. I know it's Shan. I say the username more than people usually want their name to be, because I'm not really good at memorizing people's names. That, yeah, I know. Anywho, yeah, so Murder by Numbers Case 3 should be streamed tomorrow after work. Might happen a little bit later because I'm going to be probably eating at work just for a little bit. And then for the final case of Murder by Numbers, we're going to stream that probably Wednesday morning? Possibly. It really kind of depends there. I kind of delayed Murder by Numbers a little bit just because of my sleeping habits and so on and so forth. And then 2.8 should be released on Wednesday, so we'll do that. And that's actually perfect because I have a weird meeting I get to do, so should be fun. But yeah, this entire week is going to be probably focusing on Murder by Numbers and Fire Emblem Three Houses, which after the stream, while I'm getting the VODs uploaded, I'm going to be getting everything finalized for Fire Emblem, which is not going to take too long, but we'll be fine. Anywho, we're almost a Mondstadt, but kind of just finding the time here. So, because we're gonna end things off. I don't know who this person is. Can you... let's see. This is just somebody who like added me randomly. I'm just gonna put a question mark and see what they say. I'm not really one to help people, gonna be honest, in this game. Because even if you're free to play, this game is not too difficult. So like, fifth weapon ascension. What about it? I'm wondering if they're like saying that I need help. That doesn't tell me anything. What AR is this person? 43? What is on Crimson? Wait, you're trying to...
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
Oops. I think they're saying about the domains to get the materials, but like, you're 43, right? If you're 43, yeah, your highest character level is 80.
Osmanthus.
What? I don't even... Like, is it worth it just to help this person, just to, like, destroy everything real fast? I'm not one to help people in this game, being very, very honest. Like, it took a lot of time and investment to get stuff. Sure, if me... Well... Level 80, right? What level is this? Level 80.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liu,
I was gonna say, unfortunately,
I have a few references.
Because I'm about to end the stream anyway. I'm working on other stuff, so. Anyway, I'm gonna end things off here because, like I said, I got some stuff I gotta get to. But I thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the stream tonight. Of course, if you're new here, feel free to follow. We try to stream every single day as long as I'm not asleep. But with that, have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, and or evening. Of course, my name is Kitathi. I'll see you guys next time for some more Reddit gaming. See you guys later. Peace. Bye, everybody.
Books are made for transferring command.